Welcome, everybody.
What's up, guys?
Jello.
How's it going?
This is giving me stage fright already. Hey, Jazz Bones, another great show. Ooh.
What's up, guys? Rob, you said that you went out today and you found some good stuff.
I found a ton of stuff. Big old ton. Big old giant ton of stuff. Well, like one of my stores was, here's in the dollar bin. I found right where it should be a Frank Sinatra record. 10-inch.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool one. He does. Yeah, I Got a Crush on You. It's a pretty good version. It's a. Is he on there with Axel Stordahl? Is that the orchestrate?
What now?
Is he on there with Axel Stordahl?
What's up, Shane?
Yeah.
Axel Stordahl.
There you go. That'll be pretty cool. It's early stuff.
Yes.
I thought
very early.
Here's one record I found that I thought was there's a record of Tony Scott live with Bill Evans. In the audio, it's very archival. And I thought that's what this was, but I don't think it is.
Okay. That's a cool lineup.
I don't even think Scott LaFaro and Paul Motion's on this. And this is the European label Sunnyside that's trying to I guess they were making them look like 70s Blue Notes label.
Ah, yes.
These are just I found a bunch for like auctioning records, but I'll show the coolest. I mean, I have a whole big giant stack. This was cool. This was in this. They had a big liquidation box of records they were just getting rid of. I've never seen this. This is a 1970, I think 6 or 75 live show of Mary Lou Williams at the Cookery.
The Cookery.
She's playing with Brian. Hey, get ready for some words to be mispronounced. Toroff on bass.
Okay.
I just cleaned and listened to a bit of the first side. This is very good. Nicely recorded, and she's playing really cool. And that's
a cool cover.
That's her.
Nice.
Yeah.
So she's in a kitchen or what?
She's in the Cookery, man. Get your shit together.
All
right. So, like I said, I left one behind, but I should have bought all of them. They had later. This is a 72. The original cover is blue. Of Red and Blues.
Red and Blues, Bill. Yeah.
Bluesville. That's Sam Jones and Art Taylor. This is very clean 1972 impressive.
What number is that one?
It is 7157.
Is it rechanneled or was it originally stereo? You think?
No, I think Van Gelder did it, and he did it in both. But here's a weird one. So this is a Van Gelder stamped. It's a Blue World with Paul Chambers and Art Taylor. And this is it came out, I think, as a purple. I think it did. This is a Van Gelder stamped, but this is weird. It's electronically remastered for stereo. I've never seen a Van Gelder stamped one that's that. Have you?
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Maybe that's bullshit.
Sometimes people put in Discogs listings that it's bullshit. It's either stereo or mono.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they did that for some reason. It could be a Frankenstein copy too, maybe. Or did you look it up on...
No, I didn't. I just bought these. I mean, I did look it up because the store price is high. This went for about what it goes for.
Yeah.
So, found this.
Oh, nice.
Just cleaned and played it. Nice. So what's coming out as the OJC? Mono?
I don't know.
If it's mono, I'll buy it.
I think it's going to be a mono, and the reason is because the original was pressed with that cover they're using in mono only. That doesn't mean that they can't do stereo, but the original was mono, so I suspect they might do mono as well.
Okay. All right, next.
See if I can figure that out.
I have a Music Matters of this, so this will probably be in the auction. This is a Black Bee, but not a Van Gelder.
It probably sounds very good still.
Yeah. This was in the budget bin. This I've seen this Peter Gunn one, but I didn't know it was the Joe Wilder quartet.
Oh yeah, nice. I love Joe Wilder.
Yeah, so this, Joe gave me a copy of his very sought after record. Milt Hilton, Hank Jones, and John Krisky Jr.
John Krisky Jr.
Put in my pile.
I'll clean and listen to it. All right. This is an interesting one. I think this is just a comp of Benny Golson records on Riverside or songs.
Well, yeah,
by other artists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So this is
what's he doing? What are the songs? Let's see the songs.
This is
okay.
Stablemates.
Stablemates, okay.
Which Stablemates is a record, right?
Yeah. Well, it's a track, really.
Minor Vamp.
Okay.
You got your Blues on Down.
Blues March. They do Blues March on.
Blues on down the road.
They do Blues March on Monin.
Well, that's after Blues on Down, man.
Yeah.
After you Blues on Down, then you Blues on Blues March.
That's a good track.
And then Out of the Past.
Okay.
Whisper Not.
Cool.
Whisper.
Fair Weather.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a comp. Okay, cool.
And this, I looked this up. This, for some reason, this doesn't go for much.
It's a comp of comps.
Okay, this I already have, but I found it very cheap and it sells high.
Oh yeah. What's that going for now?
I mean, the most it was going for in the hundreds. I think now between $50 and $80, maybe.
Yeah, the Music Matters.
This thing is mint.
What's your cleaning machine you have, Rob?
It's I go down to the corner where there's a hardware store and I bring a couple guys over with some Brillo pads. I have a humming.
How does the Procrastinator sound stylistically? Is it like Sidewinder?
So these are later the two sessions, because this is a double album. So the Procrastinator, which was Music Matters, did reissue it, right?
Yeah.
That's one of these albums.
Okay.
So 167. There are a little more of these later, harder sessions.
I'm gonna look that up. I want to see what that other title is.
Ooh, Maybird.
I don't think the other title has ever come out.
I'm gonna double check it.
He doesn't believe you, Rob. By the way, Luke, all three of us have a home guru.
And by the way, one of the songs is Untitled Boogaloo.
Oh.
Which, if you know Carl Fletcher,
yeah,
sometimes to get the ladies, he does the Untitled Boogaloo.
That's right.
What now? You thought that was funny? All right, I found an OG copy. Well, not the green label one's the OG, right? But I found this has a slight little lip warp, but the record has no marks, no pops. It doesn't skip or anything. It's really good. Carl Fletcher.
Yeah, that record's going for a good price on that would be $40. You can get it for $40. That's a pretty good deal.
Well, a friend of ours, someone mentioned that there was one on eBay. The friend bought it.
Is it not good?
It was not VG Plus. The seller is a putz.
Dude, I've got a copy of that record that's like a G plus. It sounds like
this is
Sucks.
There's a person who the person who got dicked. I feel obligated for him.
I got dicked too. I paid $50 for my shitty copy.
Well, I have about 4 or 5 records I'm sending you that need to be flattened, but you're getting a whole bunch of other records.
Yeah.
Okay, I already have that.
Whoa. Carl Fletcher Insurance LLC.
Yeah, this is a fake one. Carl doesn't sell insurance.
He might have. We don't know.
Look, he was a ballroom. Listen, anyone who knows Carl, he did have a brief stint as a ballroom dancing instructor.
Yeah.
That's one thing we do know. Okay. I have this already. This is a great record. If no one has it. Leo Smith, Divine Love. Great lineup on there. You got Lester Bowie, Kenny Wheeler, and Charlie Hayden.
Very nice.
I have to listen to it because it has something you could probably see on screen. So I want to see how noisy this mark is. There's a mark on it. It's like someone was drunk in the needle. You see?
Oh yeah.
So we'll see how it sounds. But this is an awesome ass record, and this is a OG German.
Gorgeous.
Ken got smart and realized Ken McKelliff on his channel, but he's been putting out more content with Bobby Drummond. If you watch it, I think he just dropped his third video. In fact, I think he's phasing himself off his channel and just making it a Billy Drummond channel. So Billy showed this record, which I've seen in stores, so I finally picked it up.
Cool.
So this is filled with drummers, jazz drummers on here. And my favorite, Conga Pair, Potato Valdez.
Pretty sure they spelled it wrong there. I thought it was potato. Potato.
But Colin Walcott is a guitar player, so that's interesting. He's playing. Is tablas an Indian instrument? I do not know.
I agree. The Billy Drummond stuff
right.
is a good.
Somebody's already attacking. Someone's already attacking me wanting these records.
Yeah, no.
Red Clay is spoken for. You ain't getting that one.
Yeah, Nathan.
But
it's
I want the procrastinator.
Well, the person just asked me for it.
Oh, all right, whatever. I don't need it.
So here's a thing that seems suspect.
What?
Roberto saying that the Carl Fletcher Insurance Company is stunty. I'm pretty sure it's you, Roberto.
You know what? I don't care who it is.
It's funny.
Roberto, let's go back to it's all about me right now. Come on. We got more records to show. I found another. This is a.
That's pretty funny.
I mean, I haven't labeled it, but I'm calling it an OG. It's got the OG label. But wait, there's a label before this one, isn't there? Am I wrong about that?
Yes, there's a blue label. There's a blue label.
Isn't that the first label?
It's earlier than that label. I don't know if it's the first.
Yeah, but this record came out as this label, right?
Wait, what record? Show me the record.
Sahara?
Oh yeah, you're right. I think that did.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to show you something that I found this record and then looked, and there's several versions. So this is, it originally came out on Sonnet as the name of this record is Internal Now. Different cover. I think the cover is mainly this, like blown up. This is a Antilles copy.
Yeah.
But I found this today. This was the American release of the album in 81. The original record came out in 74. This came out in 76. And this is the American 81 version on Piccadilly. So I found this today.
Looks like a laser disc cover.
Yeah, it does.
But there's the Piccadilly. And here's the cool. This label's always cool. So
nice.
All right. So
hold on. So what stores did you go to, Rob?
My secret places.
Do they have wall records? Anything cool on the wall?
You know, Atomic I went to today. That probably has the best wall out of any store in LA. But you know, the walls are different. Atomic puts I send you guys pictures of Atomic. Atomic wall records at the minimum. Sometimes they'll put a $75, but usually it's $150 up.
Okay.
And they're OG original record. Anyone who's been to Atomic and look at their wall, you would pass out. You would go, what the fuck? Like they have that? They have like OG hand-drawn Sun Ra records on the wall and stuff like that.
Cool.
My other one, Freak Beat, their wall has been deplenished. People have been buying records off their wall. He hasn't filled it back up. Okay. So I went Sibylline, just posted some others because they're putting out sparse this kind of avant-garde free jazz record. This is another Gruncham Encore, the third, Echoes of Prayer on this Joka. But there's other, like I've said, I have other records with this group. There's a Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, that's the white cover.
Yeah, but I'll tell you something, and I think there's another Leroy Jenkins with them. this is very. Someone asked me a question on my Instagram. This is very Gretchen Moncourt forward. Like he is. It's a large grouping, but you can hear him play the trombone. Very kick ass up front. There he is, right there. So
nice.
This is a good record, and I don't think this, in the grand scheme, is horribly expensive. It's like a $50 on up record.
It looks like that label. They only put like 7 records out.
Maybe they mainly put them out for.
Here, I can share my screen. Just okay. So, and they all.
I have I have the Roswell Rudd.
Where's that one?
You click on the escalator over the hill.
Sure.
I have that one. That's multi-disc. That's like how many discs are in that one?
I don't know. Yeah, it looks like there's 3.
Yeah. It's a box. I have that. Go.
Relativity Suite. You have a Clifford Thornton, The Gardens of Harlem.
I don't have that. I've seen the Relatively Suite, but I didn't buy it.
So this is a cool one. If you like kind of avant-garde stuff, this is a cool one to check out.
That's the Roswell Wall. It's not crazy stuff.
Okay.
But this is very good. Okay.
I kind of want to get a few of these. These are pretty cool. I'd love to get this Clifford Thornton one. I don't have anything. I don't think I have anything of his in my collection.
So this I saw at Safari. These are, and someone had mentioned it. So this label out of the UK, Jazzman, has reissued these the Don Rondell Ian Carr Quartet records. And I've been reading some review. This is excellent. They recreated the foldback jackets. This looks like an original.
Yeah.
And they recreated the label really nicely. This is on 180 gram. Sounds excellent. I kind of label it avant-garde jazz. That's how it sounds to me. I know Ian Carr records go for quite a bit of money.
What's that one called?
Changes. So there's about 4 or 5, and they're actually not that expensive, even if you order them from the UK. But I don't think the reason these originals are worth so much. Yeah, they didn't press a lot of them, I think.
So for people listening, there's one copy on Discogs, an original UK for about $600, and that's about what it goes for.
I think you can pick this up from $30, I think.
Yeah, cool.
So I think this is excellent record. It really is a very good record. I don't know their first record. If you go click on their discography, I think they put out all their records, like at least 4 or 5 that you can get.
Okay. Yeah,
but
it looks like
I remember someone had picked up the live one. I don't know if it was Mike Notes and Tones might have got it. But at least the first 4, if you go up, the ones that are on the EMI Columbia.
Oh, okay.
They put out all those.
Very cool. Let's see. Let's see how much this one goes for. Yeah, it looks like they're all very.
I really think they didn't put out a lot of copies of these.
Cool. I'll just drop this if anybody wants to use this to explore. It looks like a pretty cool group to check out.
Yeah, I think it's good. Okay. So this is a 3 Blind Mice reissue done by that great French label, this Latre's Jazz Club.
Yeah, I have one.
Every reissue I've gotten from them is really good. They sound great. They're pressed well. And this is an outstanding album. Really good. I think this came out in 2017 reissue. Cool. But this is very good.
Yeah, I need to look into them more to see what they've done in the past. I just have been picking up the new stuff.
I have a Marion Brown one they put out and something else I got.
I have a Michelle Portal one that is just absolutely bonkers crazy.
It's legit. It's the Jazz Club one.
Yeah, because the original is like it's like a $500 record or something.
All right, this was at Amoeba. They had it for $20. This is the Chad reissue.
Man.
Nice. I don't have that.
It's good. It's good.
Put him up out.
Do you already have it, Rob?
Huh?
Did you not already have that one?
I did not. There's 5 of them I didn't get.
No, okay. That's good.
All right.
Which 5 didn't you get? Why do you hate George Wallington?
Yeah.
Why do I hate George Wallington?
You only didn't get 5 of them. I mean, you must really not.
There's
like
a lot. It's a long story.
You got 45 of them?
The stories is almost as long as Wallington. Steve Lacy stamps. This is on Badfoot. This is a double record. I haven't listened to it yet. I just cleaned it.
So Jeffrey,
I haven't bought much reissues lately either.
Jeffrey's saying, I've not been buying reissues lately. There's too much cool old records in the bins.
I only buy reissues when they're on sale for at least 30% off.
You know, my attitude now is like, somehow I find them. I don't know how often I'm now gonna get if I really want the record, I'll get it.
Yeah,
but I'm just gonna be kind of,
full of shit until the sale comes.
Yeah.
Then you buy 20 records.
All
hey,
right.
Oh, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
We can't hear you.
How's it going?
Good. I got some cool stuff to show at some point.
Sweet.
Only
Hotel 6s have lobbies. That's probably
Rob,
true.
do you have anything else? Are you done?
No, that's probably it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Brandon, you want to jump in?
Sure. I'm sorry I'm late. My wife's in London, and I always use her work computer, and the password gets changed like you don't even know it. And so I had to track her down.
Oh, shit.
Figure out what the new password was, but I got it. Yeah, I got some cool today. I got some. Here's from today. I got this. Rob said it was great. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, I have it right here.
This is an original, and it's mint.
How much did you pay for yours?
It's literally looks like it's never been played. It was $40.
That's good. That's a good price.
That's really good.
Mine
is great. If you look at it, 50. I put it on the. It's the only one I've been able to listen to today from what I got today, but it didn't. I gave it a quick clean on the Humming Guru, but I didn't really need it. It was. It looked like it was played maybe, I would guess, like 7 or 8 times in its life.
Is that a live concert, Brandon?
No.
Okay. It's here's the band. It's a really good band. See what it says. So it is. I wish I could read it. Gacan Moncure on trombone, Roscoe Mitchell on alto, Archie Shep on tenor, Dave Burrell on piano, Alan Silva on bass, and Andrew Surreal on drums. So
nice.
it's a damn good all-star lineup. I mean, and it's a lot of the BYG guys. Like Dave Burrell did 3 or 4 of these, and Archie Shep did 3 or 4 of these.
Very cool. Really nice.
Here's the cheap Ramsey Lewis, the Longo. This was $3. So, but I love Ramsey Lewis's 70s stuff. It's usually funky. There's probably some covers on here. I think this is all originals. It looks like this is like maybe he's going into some a mix of Brazilian and native African rhythms. It'll probably be great. I don't know. How
big's that group with him? It's not a trio, right?
No, it's a sextet.
Okay.
Looks like 6.
This races he's got on there.
This looks fun. We'll see if it's like this is 79, but the band's really good.
That cover makes me fear it's smooth jazz.
Well, I think there's a good possibility.
Is they playing the Taxi theme on it?
No.
That'd be awesome.
Do you all get this all from
Bob James wrote it. It's on a bunch of his albums.
But check out the horn. I mean, the horn section has Harold Vick and Randy Brecker on it, so it can't be that bad.
Or Harold Vick needed a paycheck. Randy Brecker plays smooth jazz.
There's a lot of smooth jazz that I kind of dig. So we'll see how good this, if it's good or bad.
Cool.
There's definitely some stuff that borderline smooth jazz that I think it was pretty good. I mean, my dad used to play David Sanborn when I was a kid, and I kind of have a soft spot for that. I have that. That's great.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and this copy, this is another one. It's a mint original for $20. So
oh, sweet! I love the original Timeless. Those are cool to find.
I hear they sound pretty good. Is that true?
Paul?
Okay,
hang on. I have a request real quick. Paul, since you're a member, can you try out the new emojis that only members can use?
Oh yeah.
Because I can't use them. They're in the emojis. I want to see what they look like because Mike created them.
Now it's been a few weeks, so I'm gonna go through the rest of it pretty fast, so it's not painful. This I picked up yesterday. I've been Yusuf. I hope I say his name. I just usually say Days, but
me too.
I don't know if it's Dias or Days.
Days.
Yusuf Days. This is pretty damn groovy.
I like the shell art.
And it's got shell art. And did you guys ever watch The Mighty Boosh? No. There's one where there's a whole thing where the artist in the small town in England is like a shell art. And he puts shell arts on everything, and then his wife comes in and she's covered in shell art.
Well, there's an episode of Portlandia where they make a shell art reference. That's where I got it from.
I don't, whatever floats your boat. Anyway, I listened to this. I got it yesterday. I listened to it last night. I'm digging it. My YouTube has done two things. It got me to, YouTube is working. It got me to buy this.
Okay.
Cool.
You know how the algorithm figures out what you like, and this came on, and I started watching this actual show, and I was like, I got to go buy that because he starts off with Curtis Mayfield's "Move On Up," and it's a really cool version. So I picked that up. I highly recommend this one, and it's a live record, but it sounds like a studio record, like as far as the quality.
Love the cover.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I have this, but it was so inexpensive that I picked up another one. This is a really good record. Norman Connors. I picked it up for $12. Listen, check out the band. Herbie Hancock, Hubert Laws, Eddie Henderson, Gary Bartz, Buster Williams, Carlos Garnett, and DG Bridgewater does a couple vocals.
Hey, nice.
So Rob might not like the vocal tracks, but the rest of it's really good.
What was that squeaking noise?
Highly recommend it. What is that noise?
My iron lung.
Your iron lung.
Is it still happening, or did it go away?
It's still
I
happening.
can hear it. It sounds like a squeaky wheel.
Yeah.
Okay,
myself. This was cheap and cool. Deodato, First Cuckoo. It's just a funky, you can imagine what it's like. Fender Rhodes.
Kind of a horrifying cover.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It looks like a surrealist movie.
Yeah. Or like a giant bird that's about to eat someone.
Yeah, and her baby, because look.
She's running away from the giant cuckoo. Holy shit. That's terrible. Terrifying.
Pick this up. This is a reissue because the original's like $1,500 or something like that. This is a Japanese reissue of Black Survival. It's very spiritual.
That's cool.
There's vocals. I'm digging it, but I definitely wouldn't pay $1,000 for the original. But
what is that? Imhotep? Is that the reissue label? Imhotep?
I don't know.
Imhotep was who put it out in the U.S. in '74.
Okay. Anyway, this is a completely different band than the Free Slave or that other live Roy Brooks, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah,
So,
they put out the same reissue label from Japan. Put out the other one, that live Roy Brooks. Do you have that one too, Brandon?
which one?
No, let me look it up.
The RSD one?
No,
I have the RSD one that's 2
The
records.
Free Slave?
No, Understanding.
Yeah.
That was RSD.
Yeah, that's
what I was
RSD. It's on the wall. It was on the wall at Amoeba for $55.
it's called Ethnic Expressions.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
watch your mouth.
Shut your face up.
Yeah, that for $55, that's definitely worth it for that
That's a
record.
P-Vine then, right? Does it say
No.
P-Vine on the back of the Obi?
If you don't have Understanding, $55 is a steal.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's probably better than. It's as good as the Free Slave. I picked this up finally.
Boom!
You probably have it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great.
I dig
You like it?
Yeah. Cover's a little disappointing, but it sounds great. I got this reissue because I gave up on trying to find an original because they're over $100 now.
Yeah.
So this is the reissue on.
I have an original.
Yeah.
Chris, I have
How
an
dare
original.
you.
I don't give a shit.
I almost bought an original and I kind of blew it. What's weird is they're like, this is a mono by Bernie Grodman and, mono. And then they use the stereo Atlantic color.
Oh, come on.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, is that the ARC one, the British reissue?
It's whatever. It's all analog.
Yeah, I bought that just to compare it. Not as good as the OG, but it's not horrible
it sounds fine, but
yeah.
It was this was $26. So
yeah, it's good.
The original is $126 now. This is we were talking about. I've been grabbing a lot of the Marsalis stuff I have on CD.
Oh yeah,
and this is my favorite. I'm set on that. I like this better than Black Codes and better than the Standards one he did, Standard Time or whatever. This is by far my favorite. And I was listening to it again, and it kind of sounds like a Blue Note record. It has that kind of late 60s modal kind of sound to it. I think it's really good.
I do too.
Cool.
Here, this is Larry Harlow's salsa record off Fania. Really good Latin jazz. And it also, when you get this thing was so clean, I had to buy it. Because usually they're party records and they're beat to hell.
Hey, Chris.
What?
Look in the video things. The
try to go fast. This is awesome. Do you guys like the JBs? Are fantastic. And I think
that looks cool.
James Brown's on this, but he's not singing. He talks a couple times, and I think he might. James Brown plays rhythm guitar every once in a while, so that might be what he's doing on here. This is great.
Oh, that's sweet.
Funk. It's funk. It's funk and rocking. It's like James Brown without the singing. It's just grooves. This I picked up because it was sealed for $5. I haven't really listened to it yet.
Yeah, I try and stay away from those later Freddie Hubbard. They scare me.
Do they?
Yes.
I got 2 Ronnie Laws for $1 piece.
Oh man, that's awesome. That one on the right's really the one with the egg on it's really good.
Hey, I got 2 Ronnie Laws for 50 cents each. I'm not joking.
Yeah, this was at a sale where everything was $1. And
I've been looking for that other one.
I won't show you all the stuff.
Which one are you looking for?
25 records, but
that one right there. What's that one called, Brandon? The one on your left hand. What's the one on top called?
Friends and Strangers and Pressure Sensitive.
Yeah, Friends and Strangers is the one I've been looking for, or I want to get.
They're very similar.
Yeah.
Fun. See, this is a little smooth jazzy. It's good.
It is. I like those records though.
This is really cool. This was at that
What's
sale
the matter,
too.
weirdo?
Chuck Brown and the Soul Searchers.
Yes, those are That's the godfather of DC go-go music.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
Bustin' Loose, you probably know.
Well, or I Need the Money. I need
Yeah.
the money, y'all. I need the money.
Bustin' Loose is a song you know.
Well, it's from the movie. It's from the movie Bustin' Loose with Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's also been sampled by a bazillion bands too.
But go-go music has that same drum break in every song. Boom, 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 boom.
Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do.
Yeah.
Do-do. And then it goes back into the groove.
That was the song of my music of my high school. All the kids listened to all go.
All the DC kids. I couldn't resist. It was still in the shrink and perfect. So $5.
It's not bad. That's a pretty good deal nowadays, man.
Huh?
That's a pretty good deal for that nowadays, especially in the shrink.
Yeah, and they're selling like reissues of it for like $25. So
that's insane.
This was cheap too. It's a little beat, but it sounds fine. This is my new Christmas record for this year.
Oh, cool.
It's just him on acoustic.
An actual Christmas record.
Wait, you're not getting the Mo-Fi one step of the Mariah Carey Christmas record?
Oh my God, it's hilarious.
No, I'm gonna. But if they do a John Fahey UHQR of this, I'll drop $150 for it.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
Not. This was another super bargain in the dollar bin.
Oh, nice. Damn, that's a good deal.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, Wes Montgomery doing California Dreamin' is it's kind of cool.
I've wanted that record for a long time.
This was another $1 Mongo. This was still in the shrink, but the shrink was falling apart, so I took it off.
Nice.
Anyway, you get all of it. So you get Watermelon Man. And I always like his version of Watermelon Man because they say it.
Yeah.
And last, this was a record I've been looking for forever.
Boom. Nice.
But I didn't want to get like a beat up mono or something. The stereo.
Yeah, the Chad reissue is good. The Verve reissue.
Yeah, but I don't give Chad my money, so.
Well,
Chad don't get my money.
Well, on that one, I don't think Chad gets money from it.
Well, I don't.
Universal does.
His stuff. Anyway, that's it.
Nice.
Damn. Did you get that all from? That was over the last couple of weeks, you said?
Well, since in the last 3 weeks.
Okay.
Last 3 weeks. And I can never resist. I saw another like a perfect modal soul again for $8, and I grabbed it. So someone's gonna get this.
Which one is that one? Is that the timeless or the reissue from here?
No,
or the release from here?
It's the timeless in there. Both of my copies now are timeless promos.
Nice.
Which isn't that rare, but
yeah,
they're both like VG plus to near mint minus.
I'm gonna have to buy it. I'm gonna have to listen to that record again soon.
I played it again and I'm like, it is amazing. It is really good.
Yeah, Ryan DeGraff kills it.
I think that's it. That's everything.
There's a new video entry in our StreamYard apparently. Let's see what it is. Let's see.
Oh wait, do it after I did. I forgot to show one record I picked up.
Oh, cool.
Last Poets at Last. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of another band that gets sampled like crazy.
Yeah. This will probably be my auction.
So do it now?
Well, no. It has to play into it. I think I'm the coolest guy around here. What do you think, Chris?
Oh, no!
Yeah.
That lasted way too long.
That's way too long. Yeah.
You got to fix that.
We got to fix that.
Well, I just made it while we were talking.
This is much better. Oh, so stupid. Come on, Joe.
Oh, how's it going,
guys?
Not much, man.
How you been?
Pretty good.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I did find jazz CDs.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I forgot one more thing. I got the Joe Beeb Felipe was like, you should have this. And I was like, oh, you're right. I should have it. And it's great.
I love that cover.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Just such a great painting.
It's pretty cool.
So is that a big turd giving birth to a cow?
Yes.
So
I found artistic impressions.
I found a CD of this. It's going to Chris.
Yes.
Which
Nice.
I found the vinyl. I found the vinyl of that.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I just got a copy of that. This is a February 1967 session. So he passed away 5 months after the session. And this was put out in 95 for the first time. So it's pretty cool because it kind of is like a capstone on his recordings to some extent.
Yes.
And, you know, I don't know. Because I got this, I also got another Coltrane record. I wanted to kind of talk about Coltrane because when you just listen to his body of work, it's, I don't know, like I find so much enjoyment collecting every era of Coltrane. Like and it's different experiences. And the thing is, like, I just got this in. Sorry, I didn't mean to bogart this, but I just got this Coltrane Quinochet in, and he is burning on this. This is 1957. He's 30 years old. He's playing with Paul Quinochet, who's 41. And like you can like compare, like Paul Quinochet sounds great. He's like, he grooves hard. He's got like that old school style to him that reminds me of like Coleman Hawkins. And yeah, so anyway, but like you could hear how great Coltrane is on this compared to Paul. And that's nothing against Paul. I mean, he's like in the pocket playing great and having like a lot of fun. Like you could hear him when he takes a breath, he'll be like, woo! And like it sounds like the session is really like a fun session. But like you could tell Coltrane is practicing his ass off, and what he's playing is like just technically awesome. And I know a lot of people, and not a lot of people, I just heard some people dismiss the early Prestige stuff. And maybe there are like some things that aren't so great. But I think the Coltrane stuff is some of the highlights on Prestige. I really enjoy listening to him. So, and then also I got into his Prestige stuff later. And I think, I mean, getting into Coltrane anyways, great. But I do think that I would have probably gravitated to his stuff earlier if I would have listened to, if I didn't start with like Love Supreme, which I love that album. But when I first heard that, it didn't like connect with me in a way where I was just like, I need to get obsessed with Coltrane and go down a rabbit hole. It took me a long time of getting Coltrane stuff. And now like, I feel like everything I buy has Coltrane on it, honestly. I'm buying a lot of Coltrane.
There's a Prestige twofer with that record, and I forget what the other record is.
Yeah. But you could tell how
find that one easy.
How he's setting himself, like he sounds excellent. Like the track, if you want to sample a track, listen to Anatomy. Listen to Coltrane on Anatomy on this. It's pretty killer.
Sounds sexual.
Yeah.
It's good.
Carl
awesome.
Fletcher would approve. The vinyl of that, Wally Truggett mastered of this, and it sounds excellent.
That's what you have, right, Joe?
Yep.
I found this. I don't have this album. I've seen
it
one copy once.
Yeah, that's a cool record.
Yeah, La Raca. This goes to Chris too. I have a vinyl of this.
Oh,
but
nice.
I think this record, one side is Paul Chambers, and the other side is someone else.
Was that United Artists or what?
That Jackie McLean, I think, was the first record recorded at Englewood Cliffs.
Oh, cool.
That's part of why I think it's called New Soil, along with the fact that it is the first Jackie McLean.
Oh, that is so cool.
Blue Note record. I'm pretty sure because it's like May of 59.
Oh, wow.
Was when it was recorded, and it was around the time that he moved from Hackensack to Englewood Cliffs.
This is the 1988 that Rob McMaster transferred. So this, I think I forget what label. It's a VJ. Yeah, VJ. The one I have. So
very cool.
Then this, I have the twofer with it, but I know they released it in Japan as a vinyl and then here on CD.
That's a what is that series? The Connoisseur series?
This is the
That's
Connoisseur series.
interesting.
That's
But
weird.
that-
I just saw that CD and also the Hypnosis one. Yes, like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I have the Procrastinator. I have those 70s, mid 70s.
Yeah, the twofers. I have the twofers.
But this is a great lineup. Very good.
What?
So-
That's not because Jackknife the twofer is like 3 different sessions. That's just one session, right?
Yeah,
that's like
but I know
that's like half of it.
the vinyl. You can get the vinyl of this, but I think it came out in Japan only. I think it did.
Right. But Jackknife the twofer is that record and then more.
I have them like right here. So let me see if I can pull them out. There's a Procrastinator again. My copy.
I'll probably become at some point a tone poet.
Yeah.
Which
Which one?
one? Jack.
The Jackknife.
Yeah.
There it
there's
is.
I hope so.
This is the genius of them back then. So here's the Jackknife, and then here's the Hypnosis with the same fucking cover.
Yeah, I know.
They
I
were
can't remember which one did I buy when I was with you, Rob? That's
I
the
don't
Oscar.
know. So the Hypnosis is 2 sessions. One is from 62, and the other one's from 67. I think Hypnosis is the 67. I think this might have come out in Japan too, but I'm not sure. Here, the Jackknife is the 2 sessions. This is, I think maybe 4.
Yeah, there's
So Jackknife is the first one.
sides
65.
1 and 2.
Yeah,
With
and then
Lee Morgan and Charles Tulliver and Larry
Right.
Willis.
I don't know if this other record came out.
No, I don't think so.
Rob, does it say on the back whether or not those are unreleased sessions? Because
Oh, no,
sometimes the
it says-
twofers can be like, I know there's like a Freddie Hubbard
No,
one. That
usually
has,
it says on the front 2 previous.
okay.
As of when this came out in 76.
Yeah, these were not, but there are some like there's a Booker Irvin where one of them was a session that was released on a different artist.
Well, the book, I have the Booker Irvin here. So at the time,
Yes, oops.
at the time this came out, they were unreleased. But since then, one of these is the one that just came out as a tone poet. What is it called? I have it.
Textbook tenor.
The other record came out as a Horace Parlin record.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But at the time it was released, most of these were unreleased records.
But what Horace Parlin record is it? Because I thought the Horace Parlin had been released.
No, it
Yeah.
came out, I think, in the early. It might have come out in the 80s.
Okay.
Because
wow.
there's a Freddie Hubbard record from the twofer
Oh,
that came out
yeah,
in
it
the 80s.
has like boxed font on the front. It's something like
What
Happy
you doing there,
State
poop?
Mind.
Oops.
Anyway,
I think that's the name of it. It's like,
Jackknife and Hypnosis are great, but Jackknife is by far
Rob, can you show the back?
the amazing one.
Can you show the back of Jackknife again? I just want to see who's on that second session real quick.
What you doing there, Miss Oops?
Is Ornette on that with him?
No,
On Jackknife,
no.
On that second disc? Who's on there?
on the second session is Jackie
Larry
McLean, Larry
Willis.
Wilson,
Okay.
Don Moore, and Jackie DeJohnette. Hey,
Okay.
Jackie.
He's under
You know,
contract with somebody
you know,
else.
I have it on good authority that Carl Fletcher refers to Jack DeJohnette as Jackie.
Mhm.
We had Zev Feldman on, and he met or knew Jackie, and he was calling him J-Mac, which I thought was kind of cool.
Called him
Yeah,
what?
well, that's been an old nickname for him.
J-Mac.
Yeah, that's been an old nickname for him, for
Yeah.
Jackie McLean.
Yeah, and like I was listening to an interview with it was the Ken interview. He was calling Art Taylor Art AT, which I thought was cool.
AT, yeah.
Like he was
Yeah,
using all the nicknames. I love hearing when
I've heard AT, and then he even did. That's why they did AT's Delight as
Yeah.
his record, but that was his nickname.
My, I don't know how many years ago, this was probably 30 years, 40 years ago. My ex and I went to an art and wine festival, and some guy created these sculptures, of different jazz people, and they had all the, Dizzy and, so my ex and I were the only ones that could, the guy who was selling them was amazed that we were the only two people in this place could identify each of these sculptures by the nickname. So
The other Booker record came out as Horace Portland, "Happy Frame of Mind."
Happy frame
Mhm.
of mind. Yeah.
Yeah,
that
So
was a
that's the
tone.
other one.
I mean, that was Music Matters too.
yeah. Music Matters did it too.
So that I think it
They did a 45.
like the Procrastinator, and this came out first as a Music Matters.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of Music Matters, I was the one that bought Matthew's collection.
Oh shit! Nice. How many was it?
26.
Freaking sweet. You have
Have
to
you
show
got
them
them
off.
yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all scattered around the house.
Wow.
Well, at first, Matthew sent it. He forgot to put the apartment number down.
Oh, shit.
UPS just said, "Oh, we can't deliver this," and they sent it back to Matthew.
Oh my god.
So he had to redo the label and resend it back. So I just got it back a couple days ago.
Well, also, I'm not trying to frighten you, but you might want to take the black light out on this and just look at them.
I agree.
You
Zach.
think it's Mr. Fletcher that sent it?
Yes.
No, listen, Fletcher wants to do the least amount of work as possible. He wouldn't do all that stuff.
Absolutely.
I don't know if anyone's speaking of twofers. I saw a really clean Andrew Hill 1-for-1 for. I can't remember if it was 80 or 70.
Which one?
Probably not.
Andrew Hill?
Probably a good deal, but not a great deal.
Which Andrew Hill?
1-for-1. That's the twofer. The twofer.
Oh,
yeah, I have it. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's my favorite Andrew Hill, and it's not even a real.
Well,
Felipe, what's up, buddy?
I believe one at least one of the Andrew Hills on there came out on CD.
Yes. True.
Shh, Felipe's here.
I think I'm getting close to Felipe's number of Music Matters
No, wow.
with the addition of 26 that I got.
Oh, you bought the Seattle collection?
Yeah, so I'm
I
right
thought-
around.
Don't
I'm
you
right
have them
around-
all, Felipe?
I'm
No,
about 65 of them
I
now.
have 100 quid. Yeah, I don't know how many more.
120. Oh my God.
Yeah, about that, I think.
Do you have any duplicates?
No.
Yeah, because I got, well, obviously with this collection, I got a few of them are some duplicates that I had previous.
How many total came out?
I think it was less than 200, Rob. I think around 180, 175 in that range.
Wow.
It's a shit ton.
Yeah,
Hey,
because some titles they did not overlap 33 and 45.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
And
Nicole,
SRX.
do you have this
Yes.
record?
I have the reissue of it. Yeah.
They get reissued on vinyl?
Yeah. Superior Viaduct did it.
Is that on Hat Hut, Rob?
Yes.
I have one Hat Hut record.
I had it when back in my old collection.
I don't know if
I
I'm
wanted to
going to.
address something. Hang on. There was a comment, a nice comment. I got to scroll back up.
Rob was just talking about this. So I have both the early 80s original DMM and then the
Music Matters.
Music Matters twofer.
But
I'm
it
a
did
big-
also came out as a classic, right?
Mhm.
I think it came out as a classic last year.
Did it really? I don't know.
No, it was not this
No, I
one.
don't think so.
Not you sure?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was the no, it's a different one, Rob. It's another white cover, but I forgot the title.
It was I know. It was Speaking My Piece.
Exactly.
Speaking My Piece
Yes.
came
It-
out.
it's like the same cover, right?
It's black and white, but here I'll show
It's
you what
black
it
and white.
is.
It's a difference. It's his face on the cover. Yeah, it's a really good record. Speaking My Piece on
They're similar.
Yeah, that's the one.
So this is a Music Matters.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's one.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Speaking My Piece. Actually,
Black
there's
and white.
classic series had also the Bing Bing Bing. It's a 90s CD that they reissue as a record first time. That record is phenomenal.
What is it?
Bing, bing, bing.
Bing, bing, bing. It came as a classic series. It was a CD only.
It's Horace Parlan?
No, it's Charlie Hunter Trio.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the cover is kind of a
Covers a.
It's iconic, right?
It's
Yeah, a lot of people had that.
It's a tribute to this one.
yeah.
Exactly. Except it's got like Charlie Hunter in it.
Yeah, I did like that record. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of other Blue Note CDs I would have picked before that one, though.
Okay, can I show some Blue Note CDs? Since we were talking about the...
hang on real quick. There's someone asked a question I wanted us to address. So, I don't know if I had it, but I lost it. Shit. There it is. Why am I looking at CDs? Nothing against them, but why?
Okay, I think a couple of things. First, because I think it's more, at least the way I see it, I think I said that many times before. People were hyping CDs, I was showing them and people kind of not dismissing. But it means the content means, not the media. It's just another media. I think is very convenient, especially for beginning and striving musicians. That it's much cheaper to put out a CD to start with, to distribute them. And also, CDs, they also allow extras to be included, more historical things that we don't have access to. And I think a third reason, I was actually going to poke fun of it. People say I don't like 45s because they break the flow. A record breaks the flow of a live record, so a live record on CD is much better.
Well, there you go.
Right?
Also, from like the mid 90s to about late 2000s, a lot of things were only released on CD.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Well, yeah, because you're missing out on a lot of music that happened after
Like
vinyl disappeared.
Exactly.
this Wynton Marsalis was only released on CD. It was never released on vinyl.
Yeah. So, yeah, and as I think it's well put, there's like a vacuum of vinyl releases from the mid 90s or late 80s, I would say, to now.
Exactly. Yeah.
To nowadays, I'd say probably the killer majority of jazz releases are on CD. Way vast majority.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
And not only one other small point, some of those records were recorded specifically for CD.
Exactly.
So they were mastered for that. So they actually tend to sound a little better on CD at that point.
Exactly. And I think Zeb and Reggie made a good comment. Jazz CDs, they usually sound very good. There's a lot of dynamics there. They're very subtle, really well recorded. Especially
Japanese. This one's
Japanese, but I think you could tell.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got a series that I think I don't know when you guys are talking about it past 2 weeks now on Discord or somewhere about this series here.
Oh yeah.
The Rudy Van Gelder edition. So those guys have a really bad reputation. I think it's worse than the 75th anniversary.
I think you're right.
Yeah. They are very bright and harsh. They're not like well executed, but it's a good entry point, especially for a beginner. I mean, I was going to, record shops back in the day looking for CDs, and also Rudy Van Gelder edition. It must be amazing, huh? So
You kind of think they would be.
No. So here's just some titles that are available. I mean, these are good titles, right?
Yeah.
Soul Station. So they look beautiful. Feeling the Spirit. Out to Lunch. Yeah, but they're extremely bright. They lack dynamics. The mids are just not there. However, there are some other Blue Notes that are really well done. I think they deserve a lot of praise. Like this one. This is not a Rudy Van Gelder edition. This is actually one of those that only came out on CD. So I don't think they're uncool. Like this guy. Like this guy.
Yeah,
here.
that's a great record.
That's an amazing concert. It was my very first Eric Dolphy record on CD.
It never came out on vinyl?
No.
How many CDs are in it? Just one?
Just one. 7 songs. It's a pretty long. The song you have like 20-minute long songs here. Okay. It is
if it was put out on vinyl, it'd be like 2 discs.
It'd be a double, yeah. And it's really nice to have space to have really good liner notes and everything.
It's still an object with a book and art.
Exactly, yes.
It's not streaming. It's
exactly.
real.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, could you describe like other things that are objects too, please, for Brandon?
What?
Hey, I have
My
a question
brain.
for you, Felipe.
My brain.
So I picked up a couple of these Grant Greens that were done in 2014 by this Essential Jazz Classics in England or the Europe. Do you know about these?
No, are they licensed?
Yeah, these are licensed.
Yeah,
These
so
aren't
probably
gray market. These
Oh,
aren't
let
gray.
me. I'm gonna pick up a couple records that I had that only released in Europe by Blue Note. Hang on, just a second. I'm gonna pick them.
Okay.
Felipe was talking about RVG CDs, and I got this a
Yeah.
few years ago. It's not only has like the standard kind of jewel case to it, but it also had this like
A flip case,
sleeve
yeah.
that it came with as well. And this is, I think, one of the only CDs I have that's like this. But I had this on vinyl, obviously one of the best, I think, Blue Note albums in my opinion. And this one actually has there's an alternate version of 2 of the tracks on there that's included as part of the CD as well. So you get
Yeah, they do that a lot. It's kind of cool.
Django, and I thought this one sounds fine. I know you guys are saying that the RVG CDs are not the best, but I thought that one sounded good.
It's getting dark in here already.
Case basis.
I heard it actually. I heard that there is some variation within the series. I think Notes and Tones was saying like some of the later ones do sound better.
Yeah,
Yes,
this one's for 99. I don't know if that's early or not for the RVG CDs, but that one, it says 99 was when it was put out.
Yeah, I think just like any series, like 75th or whatever, even like Verve by Request, you have hits and misses everywhere. I think the way he started, because remember, he wasn't a totally digital drive late in his life. He was only digital, analog sucks, and he wanted to kind of reconstruct that sound. And I think in some of them he went like too far, and some of them I think he did a good job. I mean, I like the Soul Station. Soul Station is not bad compared to some of the other ones.
Does your OG Soul Station sound better, Felipe?
It sounds different. But let me show you. These are 2 Blue Notes that had only been released in Europe when they came out. Now, Music on Vinyl reissued them on vinyl. I'm not sure if they're still available. Her name is, Europeans know her. Her name is Trencha. She's a Dutch singer. Those records are unbelievably good. Their Volume 1 and Volume 2 is the Burt Bacharach Songbook.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you can find a Music on Vinyl. Just get the CDs.
Now, you said the CDs only came out in Europe for Blue Note?
In Europe, yes.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah. So probably the same case that Rob was showing. Her with the Burt Bacharach here. This is really outstanding. The sound quality of this thing, and those were like Grammy nominated. They're really beautiful, beautiful recordings. And I think they came out in 22 or 21 on Music on Vinyl. I bought it. There's a Volume 3 that came recently out, but it doesn't sound as good as this one.
Yeah.
Now, however, on CD, I think a label that you can always buy them with, like, it's going to sound good is ECM, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have some ECMs from this guy here that a friend of mine who is a drummer, he recommended his work. And it's really outstanding. If you find any record with this guy here, he's solo or playing as a sideman, it's Manu Katché.
Oh, yeah.
He's a French drummer. This guy, very good. He was on a record as a sideman earlier this year on ECM as well. And these are the Triple D.
Yeah, he became, he was, Peter Gabriel helped make him famous.
Yeah, he played for Peter Gabriel for quite some time.
Felipe streams too.
I stream too. I use Qobuz and Room. Yeah, I really like that stuff. I mean, I set up a Room server here, and I use Qobuz. I used to use Tidal. I think Qobuz has a slightly edge. Qobuz does not buffer. It's direct stream always. And there's really, really great quality there. So Jeff, if the glare is blowing, I'm going to show you one in the Digipack, so there's no plastic, okay? I think I showed this last year or earlier this year. This is one of the many flyer dies by James Branch on International Anthem.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can buy those on vinyl as well. But
I have the vinyl of that.
yeah, there's a couple of those, some live versions, some studio. Unfortunately, she passed, right? But yeah, this is unbelievable, great music there. Let me see what else I got here. Oh, Chris, I forgot to show a couple weeks ago. That's the full box of the Brad Mehldau stuff.
Oh, very sweet. I think I'm just missing one.
So everything is here plus a booklet.
What are the cases look like? Are they little digipack cases or what?
Yeah, digipacks, yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Those are great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have 1 to 5 plus the 6th one with additional recording. It's 97 2001.
Oh shit. Oh, well, I don't care.
Yeah, so I think these are only on the box. I don't know.
That box set's expensive, dude. Where'd you get it at?
I got it on Amazon. I got a really good deal.
Yeah, because it's like $60.
Yeah, I got it for less than that. Yeah.
But for how many discs?
6 discs total. I think it's more because some of them are double.
Yeah, it's just they're just hard, it's just kind of hard to come by a box.
Yeah.
But you can also buy all the individual ones for $5 to $8. So I mean,
Yeah. The
think
box
I
is
have
a
all
little hard. Yeah.
which one's your favorite? Do you have a favorite, Felipe?
Oh man, I like Volume 5. I think it's really good.
Which one is that?
Progression. This
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah. Which is like this guy here.
Yep, that's pretty good. I like that. They're all different. So what that is for people who don't know, it's a Brad Mehldau trio.
Mhm.
It's him, Larry Grenadier, right? And who's the other guy?
Yeah, Georges Rossi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did, all of these trio records, and they're all a little different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and all the live stuff is at the Village Vanguard. Yeah. So,
And also, oh, sorry, Felipe.
no, go ahead, Breno.
But Mehldau has just to go back to the thing, Mehldau has a couple records that were only released on CD as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Those were only ever released on CD, weren't they?
And yeah, sorry.
Those trio records were never released on vinyl, were they?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And and there's a book. His autobiography is quite interesting. I highly recommend. It's very raw. It's very to the point. Quite interesting because he had a lot of struggles in his life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to show 2 records that you can only find on CD. I mean, one of them is CD only stuff. This came on Sony. It's the DDD. So probably most of you guys know this Ryuichi Sakamoto, right?
Yes.
And this is a quintet recording with Jacques Morelenbaum, which is a bass Brazilian cello player, arranger, producer. Some of the best records in bossa nova were produced or played or arranged by him, and they're pretty much playing some of the greatest Brazilian songs here. Okay, yeah. This is a CD only. There's 2 versions. This one is called A Day. The second one is called A Day New York, and the second one is called Casa, A Day New York Part 2. So these you can find on Amazon. They're not expensive and they're like fundamental. Another record, I think, probably, I don't know if Roberto's here, but Brandon knows this one, and I think Nicole might know.
Hey, Felipe?
Yes.
Can you show me that? Can you go back in time a few seconds and tell me what the lineup is on that?
On this one, sure. Let me pick up everybody's name here. So,
and when you go back in time, can you tell us all how to do that?
do you want the lottery numbers or the sport?
Is it Murakami from YMO? Is that the drummer?
That would be going forward in time.
Is Murakami from YMO on there? Is Murakami from YMO the drummer on that, or
no? It's just Sakamoto is the only Japanese here. Everybody else is Brazilian. So you have Paula singing, Jacques Morelenbaum playing, arranging, Ryuichi Sakamoto piano and vocals, Luiz Brazil on guitar and vocals, and Marcelo Costa from Brazil. These are top-notch Brazilian musicians here.
Yeah, that looks really good.
This record is really, really good. And another one I have, this one is actually turning 50 this year. It's a 74 recording, probably one of the best records ever made in Brazil and in the world, I'd say. This guy here.
Yeah.
This you can only find on CD. This was released in 2000 and it was only released in Brazil. It's been out of 2004 for the 30th anniversary. The cool thing is that it was actually remastered directly from the tape. And they took the whole session. There's like the dialogues in between the songs. There are extra songs that are not in the original record. And it was produced and cut by her son. Plus, there's a 5.1 mix here, and it's just amazing. You can, just for it to put out in a 5.1 system and get all the musicians, each one on one corner of the room. And this is a 2004 Brazilian reissue. You can only find there. It's actually a bigger case if you take a look at it.
That's an interesting case. And you can actually understand what they're saying in between the songs, unlike the rest of us.
Yeah.
It's all Greek to us.
Yeah, there's two extra songs. And it's by far the best sounding version of this record, by far.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good to know. I see OGs come up and they're like over $100.
Yes, I think those people are overpriced. I think like $60-$70 is just is a very good price for this record.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been on want list for a long time. How much does that CD go for, you think, Felipe?
I'd say like $20 or so, because it's going to be imported, but you can definitely find on Amazon or Discogs, I think, because it was a pretty big deal back in the day.
Yeah.
Also, here I got one other plug for CDs. This is the Joe Chambers that came out in 2023. This is old Joe Chambers. You can see him, and it's kind of a tribute to the Herbie Hancock album cover. It's Blue Note. This only came out on CD. This was only a year ago, and everyone on here, I recommend this record so much. It's really, really good. Only on CD. That's it.
That's awesome.
And the only copy available is in Brazil, Felipe.
Oh, really? I'll go search some for you, Chris. They're searching on Discogs, maybe on Amazon you can find, or eBay.
I'll look on Amazon.
There's also a large selection of CDs to show. So
yeah, but most of them I put in my bags there, my folders.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. This is a band called What We Live with Larry Oakes, Lyle Ellis, and Donald Robinson. They play a lot here in the Bay Area. Well, Larry Oakes is a part of Rover Saxophone Quartet, and he lives in East Bay here or San Francisco. I can't remember. But on this particular disc, it had also Dave Douglas and Leo Smith on it. It's on a label called New World. They have quite a few recordings out. It's a great band, very strong. Not speaking of Leo Smith, this one is called Golden Hearts Remembrance. This one has William Roper on tuba, Glenn Orachi on piano. Sunship is on this on percussion. There's a person I don't know on and doing also poetry on this.
Sunship is Billy. If you watch one of the Ken McAuliffe, Billy Drummond videos, he loves Sunship. Talks about Sunship a lot.
This was a one that I had a long time ago, and I wanted it back again. Roscoe Mitchell and the Tone Factory. Dance for Steve McCall. This one has Matthew Shipp on it, which are rarity. Matthew Shipp rarely played with Roscoe Mitchell. I had William Parker, Tonda Tabal. Who else is on this? Vincent Davis on drums. I don't know. I was sick last week, so I don't know. I got this previously, but this is Pat Thomas. Solo piano. Pat Thomas is a pianist out of the UK. This is on, what label is this on? Octo Aurora. This is Cafe Oda, its own label.
Is he doing his own compositions, or is he doing standards?
No standards on this one.
Okay.
This is he's pretty much an out player, so he's not pretty much standard at all.
Well, it could be, just other people's music, I mean, or compositions.
Right. Could be. I don't know.
Don't get into a fight with me.
He's smashing the piano with a sledgehammer for 74 minutes, Mike.
This is Jason Stein.
Or Steen.
Steen. He plays bass clarinet. This is what Joshua Abrams on bass, Gerald Cleaver on drums, and this guy Boone on guitar. This is on what label? TAO Forms. Yeah, this is the same line of Bomb Fidelity.
Yeah.
This is on Prost. Speaking of Pat Thomas, this is Pat Thomas on piano on tracks 1 and 2, and electronics on 3 and 4, with John Butcher on saxophones and don't ask me, Sahlberg on drums. Recorded live at Cafe Odo in London back in 2023.
Was that Mold?
Felipe mentioned this earlier. Not today, but Thumbscrew.
Oh, Thumbscrew, yeah. I think, this just came out.
Yep, just got it.
Mary Halvard.
Mary Halverson and Thomas.
Halverson,
yeah, great stuff. Maybe I showed this previously. Patricia Brennan.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And
Rob, haven't you been getting into Patricia Brennan lately? Rob, have you been? Didn't you get some Patricia Brennan stuff recently?
No.
I thought you did. Yeah, never mind.
And a couple of rock ones. The Doors live at the Bakersfield. This was Record Store Day.
Mm-hmm.
And one last thing, I got this. I'm a huge Frank Zappa fan.
That just came out.
Apostrophe. Yep, just came out. 50th anniversary of Apostrophe.
Cool.
So
that's nice.
And then record-wise, other than the 26 Music Matters, got the Gene Harris.
Oh, nice.
And the Cheddar Hip.
Whoa, nice.
That's a good one.
So
you're not going to show the Music Matters, Nicole?
No, they're all scattered around the house. I got one here. They're
now, which one did you listen to first?
I haven't listened to any of them first.
Well, that's not good.
I have some records to show. We're gonna switch back to vinyl. Well, actually, I did show. I'll just quickly show this. I just want to give my impressions on this. I just think he's a genius. I think when I listen to this, I just think this guy's a total genius. I don't know what else to say. Like, I need to get more into his later work. I just really enjoyed this. It's not particularly like an easy listen for me.
Wait, did somehow the stream skip back an hour?
Yes. Well,
okay.
Anyway, just
Mike has a segment he wants to do, so shut up.
Well, anyway, no, I'm just going to show my new arrivals, but this was really good. Really enjoyed it. But I do feel like re-listening to this is something I'm probably not going to revisit as often as his earlier stuff, which is, way more straight ahead and just kind of like easy, chill music. This is like an experience. So I just need to be kind of ready for it. And sometimes I am, so it's great.
Mike, one thing I'll say about the early stuff is that the thing that I have a hard time with Coltrane with is that there's so many records that have come out in the 70s where it's the same songs over and over and over again. And it's like, there's some of those songs are great, don't get me wrong, but like half of those Pablo records that came out in the 70s are just live versions of the same song. And it's like, you don't need to hear that. So that's what I love about his later stuff is that none of that stuff, anything past like Crescent, Love Supreme, none of that stuff really ever came out a second time. And so like being able to experience that music in a certain environment, and it's not like, oh, you're listening to whatever, like Giant Steps in 1959 when it was recorded, and then there's like a 1963 live version of it. And it's like, I don't know, with him, the music doesn't need to be, there doesn't need to be 75 different versions. And I think part of it is because he died so like abruptly. He died young, and a lot of those musicians are. Eric Dolphy is another one that's like that, like where you get excited about seeing these Eric Dolphy records, and it's like it's the same music on multiple different records that are just repackaged by different labels, and you're not really getting anything different. You're just getting different musicians playing the same music. So that's at least my opinion with Coltrane. That's why I love Coltrane. And I, like 2 years ago, I went on a really heavy deep dive of his stuff. And as I explored more of his like later material, that definitely helped me get into the more free jazz type stuff. But yeah, I think Stellar Regions is a phenomenal one. And whether you have that on CD or vinyl, you're getting what you should out of that. So,
Brandon, what were you gonna say?
Actually, I was gonna say Joe just said it like way better than I did. It was pretty much exactly that. So maybe a couple different. I guess I kind of was like, oh, because so much of the Prestige stuff was Prestige making money after he died, like so many of those recordings. And
I would push back against that, though. I mean, I agree.
No, and it's not that they're not good. And here's the thing: it's like he is a genius, and he's also a technical. All the genius stuff is fine.
Yeah.
But I think his most interesting stuff was the end.
Yeah, it's a
and
total.
That's where it's so good.
It's like like when you listen to that early stuff and compare it to like this stuff, it's like it's just completely different.
Right. What you mean by early?
Joe was also
Prestige.
adding,
yes.
There's some records on Impulse that came out post-mortem, and is that posthumously? Post-mortem sounds awful. There's stuff that came out in the late 70s. There's stuff that he did towards the end, and that's sort of where I'm like, if I see a good price on one of those, I'm like, I'm getting that. Like, that's where I go to now, as opposed to like, oh, I see. Or it used to be anything Coltrane. I'm like buying it.
That's me.
Yeah. But now it's like, unless it's like a later thing, I'm probably not going to get it.
I've seen copies, but I haven't even listened to the Temple University stuff. How's that? What kind of stuff is that?
I don't know.
That's with Alice Coltrane, I think. But I did want to pick up.
I think Dave has that, and he said that's a really free, like it's like Ohm Ascension type.
Yeah,
we understood.
Okay, all right. Let's keep moving. I got some other records to show, but I love this discussion. I could talk Coltrane all day, but I'm just I'm trying all Coltrane right now, and my biggest gap is the later stuff, and I think it's honestly because that stuff is just it's kind of expensive. That's why. And
when
not
you talk
everything.
About later, what are you talking about? Later stuff.
His Impulse, like Meditations, First Meditations, like all that stuff. I don't have.
Yeah, but those were you can
Meditations is fantastic.
You can find them at various degrees of pricing because they did put them out as green labels. I even think some of the stuff was put out in those like late '80s digital versions.
Yeah,
you can find those cheap.
But I'm just going to keep building. Like I'm not even intentionally buying Coltrane. It's just like I just see Coltrane for good prices. I keep getting it. I keep loving basically everything. But all right, let's move on. I want to show some other stuff. This one came up for $10. And I have to say, I thought it was really boring. And I hate saying that because it's a Coleman Hawkins record. But he did like a number of Prestige records. Rob, you sent me like a green label of Nighthawk, which is kind of this like 62 error. And I just feel like it's just really boring. It's not, I have earlier Coleman Hawkins stuff that I think is killer, but
what is the year of the record?
19, it was recorded in 62 and released in 62.
Yeah. That was not a good time. Not a good time for him.
But it's also on Moodsville, which is kind of a clue that it's going to be boring.
Exactly. That's what I don't think the intention for this was like background music, perhaps.
It's mood music. Yeah.
So I didn't really like it. I only spent $10 on it, so no big deal. And
send it to me if you don't like it.
Okay. All right. Next one is Brandon back. I'm going to say
$15 for you, bro.
You stick it up your sunshine hole.
This one I showed already, but I got this one in. I absolutely love this. This is a good Prestige session with Coltrane. This is really, good. And the two tenors are so different that you can really tell.
That's a cool
It's just fun to listen to both styles. So this
like
one,
what pressing is that?
That's a
this
blue
is,
label.
this is a 64 blue label,
Yeah.
not recycled vinyl. It sounds fantastic. So
I had this one. I was able to upgrade, but this is a good one.
Yeah, this is a good one. So Coltrane's 30, Paul Quinochet's 41, Mal Waldron plays piano, and he's 31 on this.
Shit.
So you got a 31-year-old Mal Waldron, and then who else is on it? Egg Thigpen's on drums, and then Julian Ewell's on bass, who I don't know. But good early session, straight ahead, but Coltrane really surprising. Like, I don't know, he's great on this. And this is so the thing with the Prestige Coltrane's is like everything that was led, like his Miles stuff was from 56, like the quintet with him and Miles 56. 57 and 58, he recorded a shitload for Prestige. Only like 3 records were put out when he was on the label. And then Bob Weinstock issued those later. So this is from 59, so 2 years later.
Yeah.
But this is really, really strong. Love that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jeff? Mood music for what? What do you think it's for, buddy?
They're sleeping.
Yeah. It's for it's baby making music, man.
Yeah.
All right, I want
for your grandparents.
I wanted to have Brandon
for your grandparents to make babies.
Yeah, that's how you got here, Jeff.
Okay, so Cannonball Adderley, he was signed to Riverside. He was also in the early 60s an A&R person for Riverside. So there's like a bunch of Cannonball Adderley presents. Like there's a Clifford Jordan one that I think is Cannonball Adderley presents. And this is one of them. It's called The Revelation with Roosevelt Wardle. Yeah. And it's his only record. And I think he may have done a couple Sidemen recordings in the 50s and maybe a little bit after, but there's really not much of his stuff. And it's a damn shame because I was thinking like, this sounds like he's like trying to show off because like it's his first lead record. Let's show him like what I can do type thing. And his speed on some of like his playing is just incredible. And yeah, when I say show off, I don't mean that in a bad way. I think it makes sense for this record to do that. And I don't know, it's just weird that he played this well because obviously he must have played all the time and practiced all the time. Cannonball elevated him, got him a lead record on Riverside. That's not like an easy thing to do. I mean, people get lead records, or Sidemen on tons of records. Like it just for him just to have this one and then be done is just shocking. But I think I don't know. I think it's really good. So if you see it, price
would you say he's showing off, or by the title of the record, he's a revelation?
There you go. So maybe it's that.
But I have that record. It's quite good.
It's really good. So this is a mono copy. It sounds pretty good. There's like a little bit of noise on it, but it's fine.
I think it was mine has some noise on it too.
I like that record.
Yeah.
I picked it up because of the other people on it and because the cover was so cool.
Yeah.
I don't think it was very much.
Yeah, I think
I was just looking at his wiki, and it says Horace Tapscott listed Wardell as one of the musicians who had influenced him. That's interesting.
Right. Okay.
So maybe he's like gigged around a bunch or something. I don't know.
Must have, because he just can't. I just can't believe someone could play like that without just playing all the time.
Well, they're not going to record like a noob that just found his horn.
Exactly.
On the side, like.
Yeah. But yeah, so he plays with Sam Jones and Louis Hayes. So it's
look at Buck Hill. How many years did he play before he got a record deal?
Yeah. How many McDonald's gift certificates did he get delivering mail from people?
Probably a lot.
But yeah, the sad thing about this is like one of the fun things about collecting is like making all the connections. And it's like this guy's story like begins and ends here essentially. And it's just weird. Like that's kind of an anomaly. Like I said, like if you record for Riverside, you usually have like other recordings and things you can kind of explore, even if it's just like, like a few, but like this is it. Just an oddball because of that. All right. Next two, we're getting serious here. I'm going to save the last one's going to be pretty good. So I'm trying to grow my early Riverside Bill Evans collection. And somebody listed this as like
you had them all already.
I have them on OJCs. I want to get like early pressings.
Okay.
So somebody listed this as like a late 60s pressing, but it's actually a first stereo. So I got it for like $25. This is How My Heart Sings, Bill Evans Trio. This was recorded in 62, which is like a year after LaFaro's car accident. And the album that came out before this was Moonbeams, which is like an all ballad album. It's pretty, intense and reflective and sad, for lack of a better word. But Orrin Keep News went to Bill and said, like, okay, for your next album, let's do something more upbeat. So it's the same group. It's like Chuck Israel.
Yeah, Chuck Israel's and Paul Motion, right?
And Paul Motion. So yes, this is an upbeat one, and it's really nice. I mean, it's good. I really like it.
What did you get? That's the Blue Label Deep Groove. Is that what it is?
This is a black.
No, it's Stereophonic, right? Black Label.
Yeah, Black Label Stereophonic. So
didn't Chuck Israel play with Ahmad Jamal some too?
No, or he wasn't his main guy. His main guy was Fred Gant or Gant.
I can't remember.
Only if there was a device to find this information out.
I think it's a different guy, Chris. I think his first name's Israel. That guy.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Israel
right.
Crosby or something.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Okay.
Sure.
So anyway, and it's like perfect, like really nice condition. So this isn't particularly expensive. I think you get a good copy for like 60 or 70, but still, I was really happy to get this.
A nice clean copy, because that's the thing about Evan's stuff is like if it's VG, it kind of sucks. Like
okay, so
you
that
need a clean copy.
That leads me into the next one. You ready? This is the big one. I did not think I'd even get this, but somebody listed it for, well, I won't say prices, but I reached out, we negotiated, and I got this for what I think is like a ridiculously good price. This is a second. Well, okay, let me just show you what this is. It's Waltz for Debbie, mono. And Discog says it's 1963. And the reason why they say it's 1963 is because Riverside started using RM on the label instead of RLP on the label in 63. But it could have been reissued 64. Like sometimes I feel like these years are just based on estimates. So anyway, so it was first issued in 62. This is the reissue basically, or as early as 63. It could be a few years after that too, but it's an early one. And the reason why I say that is because side 2 plays VG plus. I would say side 1 plays VG plus, but it's like there's like a little noise here and there, but it's the music overpowers it. That's how light the noise is on it. So anyway, I just am super happy to get like an early Waltz for Debbie, and it's mono, which I thought was cool. Not that, I mean, honestly, if it was mono or stereo, I would have wanted it, but it happened to be mono, and it's awesome. It sounds incredible, and I think the quality of pressings vary for Riverside. I have a bunch of early ones that are clean. They play a little noisy, like that Wardle Gray. Sorry, not Wardle Gray. The Roosevelt one, yes. That looks like VG plus, but it plays with a little bit of noise. So I think they selected different pressing plants and maybe negotiated different. I don't know, but this thing sounds like quiet. Like I mentioned, a little bit of noise, but that's just because it's old. But I couldn't be happier with this. So
having a clean copy is sometimes more important than the pressing with those records.
Yeah, so
it's interesting. I'd love to hear that. I have a stereo from the same. That's a second stereo. Of that. Okay. It sounds fantastic, but it's like perfect condition.
Yeah, so really happy with this one, and
that's a good point, Jeffrey. Jeffrey's Beaumont saying it might be quieter with a mono cart.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's going to be more focus.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm not using a mono switch either on the system I listen to that on. But honestly, I'm like, for me, it's totally fine. Like it's the noise is really just a minor thing. But if I were to list it, I would list it with that description. So I'd say like a VG, but
and also it might be quieter if you turn your stereo off too.
True.
Yeah. So I've been
you should do a shootout with that other one in the OJC.
It'd be quieter if you put earplugs in. Might make it a little quieter.
Well, I didn't. I was talking with the guy over email, and I was just like, I just want to be sure because Brandon, to your point, like you want if there's noise and it's not enjoyable, it doesn't matter how cool it is to have. Like if it's not enjoyable,
there's just Bill Evans is about like space and nothingness with music coming in, and if you have like these long pauses where it's it's not that great.
Exactly.
Just pretend it's somebody playing the brushes, Brandon.
Well, yeah, it starts with the brush. Anyway, so the seller was like, "Trust me."
Even in between the tracks.
he was just like, "Trust me, you will like it. Like it's fine." So I was still nervous. But when I played it, I was like thrilled that the sound.
It's pretty thrilling. It's a thrilling record.
That's a good record, man. I love the record.
It's a record that makes you thrilled. It's not overrated. I don't think it's overrated at all.
No, it's.
I don't like the whole overrated, underrated thing. Anyway, I think it's
me neither.
Well, that comment's kind of overrated, though.
You're overrated.
Overused. Okay.
Yeah, overused. Yeah.
I'm not. See, this is what I'm with you, Chris, because I think it's an extension of your top 5 list, your top 10 list.
Those are fun. I mean, the thing to me about overrated and especially overrated, is it feels like it's just a way that people use to attack other people's tastes.
Yeah,
like you see it all the time, in like Facebook forums. Somebody will post a record they're really into and they like, and somebody will like, that's totally overrated, blah blah. It's like just a dickhead thing.
Well,
not always, but
if you go watch like people who talk about movies, like on social media or TikTok or YouTube, they horribly use the term an underrated movie.
Yeah, you put it very well. Social media, TikTok, so it's not but serious people.
And I'll give you a good example.
What are serious people doing, Felipe? Writing stone tablets?
They're writing books in newspaper.
Yeah, I guess.
We're only on this planet for a finite period of time. But let's just say you find a movie you like from the 40s, and you go, because no one talks about it now in the present time, you go, such an underrated movie. And they go, no, it isn't. It's a properly rated movie. Even if you go back and look at people talking about it then, it was rated high when it came out.
Exactly.
Is this a continuation of Rachel's this morning?
No. I've always had this take on people being this way about things. They don't have a sense of history. You can easily go back when something came out and see how people talked about it.
Well, that's so for jazz records, sometimes you'll see like a downbeat score and it'll be low, and then like all the modern scores are like
and I mean a lot of things get reviewed over time. Think about, let's say, 80s rock. Back in the day, people were just trashing that thing, making fun of it. Nowadays, oh my gosh, these are cult bands and amazing sound. No, this is not. But time, gives like different perspectives to things.
Yeah, I think my comment was like just how many times I've heard people say that record's overrated.
Yeah,
is why, and I think it's a perfect.
Which Waltz for Debbie?
The thing's been printed. They pressed the shit out of that record.
I know, but people are lame.
Yeah,
I mean, they're still pressing that fucking record because it's so good.
It just got printed again, by different companies.
Yeah, I mean, they just
say that about that bitch's brew being overrated.
They just did a UHQ Wild, this Waltz for Debbie, and it's gonna sell out. This thing is absolutely, unbelievably good. And
also, it's kind of like, I feel like it's a record I could play for people that don't even listen to jazz, and they'd be like, "This is really nice."
Anybody loves that.
And Paul Motion, I feel like every time I talk about it, I always focus on Scott LaFaro. But after listening to this, when I got it just like Paul Motion is just like incredibly great on it. Like, just like and the way he compliments Bill sometimes, like they'll speed up things just for a short little bit. And
it's an extremely
exactly
symbiotic trio.
And he's such a great drummer, because basses kept changing with Bill Evans in the 60s, and he also adapted really well to it. He doesn't play the same with every single different bassist, with especially Garrett Peacock. That period of Garrett Peacock is just really, really amazing. It's a completely different sound. Yeah, you have Bill Evans 64.
Garrett Peacock. There's also that twofer that has Peacock and Bill Evans, right?
Yeah.
Or is it just 64?
Yeah. Oh yeah. a great record that I got this week on the it's already passed on the acoustic sound series that Bill Evans and Stan gets. That thing is top notch.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have a.
I have the twofer with it.
There's also the one, is it I have it somewhere. Bill Evans with Jeremy Steig. Do you guys have that one?
Yeah, I have that. That
record's great.
Yeah. There is also a great Bill Evans. I don't think there's records. There's a whole CD box. Bill Evans and Chet Baker, the complete sessions. Killer. Very good as well.
There's that one record you can only get. It's like almost a gray market record of Bill Evans and Chet Baker. I think that's like the only way I've seen it on vinyl.
Yes. So I know there's a full CD box set, which I have ripped from a friend. Let me see here.
I got one record to show. Can I?
Oh, see it. Absolutely.
Sure, pop in.
So I just got it today. I had talked last 2 streams or so about getting Nana, the Solid Trio, and I was looking on Discogs and I saw this other record by the saxophonist Juhani Aaltonen. So this is called Prana Live at Groovy. It's a live recording from Helsinki, Finland, which is what kind of this is like Finnish free jazz stuff. Interesting enough, it has Juhani Aaltonen, tenor sax, flute, Edward Vassallo's on drums, but it has Reggie Workman is on bass.
Oh, interesting.
So it's kind of an interesting,
Nice.
But yeah, it's just a trio, free jazz, nice mix of his saxophone playing, but there's also 2 tracks, one on either side that have like flute. It's a little bit softer, but the weirdest thing about it was I ordered it earlier in the week. It was coming from a guy in Finland, and I didn't get any like tracking information. And so I think it was yesterday, I had just reached out and I said, can you like let me know about when it's going to ship and whatever, just so I can kind of keep an eye out for it. And he gave me the shipping information, and it shipped UPS, which I didn't know it was going to ship UPS, but it was like UPS Express. And so by the time I got the tracking, it was already in the US and it got here today. So it was it was like 2 days. Now I did pay quite a bit for shipping, so it's like it kind of matched up with it, but I was not expecting it to be as quick as it was. So, and there is one other thing too, is this is available for streaming. If anybody is interested in this, the guy that I bought it from, I can't remember what the guy is. The seller name started with an M, but if you looked for that record on Discogs, you'd see it. He has a bunch of other copies, and I think it's like dead stock stuff. And so if that's something you're interested in, again,
Joe, what's the title again? You say the title?
So it's called Prana Live at Groovy. I think that's the name of the place. Groovy. I'm not sure, but it's a club in Finland, in Helsinki. So
cool.
But yeah, it's nice. Yeah, and I would say I can't pull it out because I don't know where it is, but the Edward Vassallo one that's on ECM is definitely a great one for. It's a nice mix of some of the stuff that they were doing, like the free jazz, avant-garde stuff, but it also is just very like spiritual as well. There's a lot of percussion to it. It's called non-modal. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, NANMADOL. And I showed that a few weeks ago. It was originally on Japo in Germany, and then it was reissued on ECM in Germany. There's only a German ECM, but I think it probably became one of my favorite ECM records for what I've heard. So, yeah, that's what I found. I haven't really bought a lot. I told you guys about my plumbing issues last week. So,
did you get your plumbing fixed?
Yeah,
yeah, fixed. Yeah,
this is your house, not your body, right?
Yeah. Hey, Joe, what was that Nana record title?
My House, My Choice, Rob. Yep.
What would you say, Brendan?
What was the title of that? That's Nana Vasconcelos, right?
No, it's called Non-Modal, I think was the name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was black cover. The original was like
the record you showed.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was called Prana.
Oh, didn't you show something before that?
Yeah,
that was my mind.
No, sorry.
No, he said, Brandon, he said it's none of your business.
That's what I mean. That was a record. What's that titled?
It's called Nana.
Nah,
Nana.
nah.
No, if you watch the
Oh,
Wax
so
Trade-
it's not Nana the drummer.
No, correct.
Okay.
That's the name of the record now. That's
Got it.
very rare though. That's not an easy one to find. I paid quite a bit for that one, but the other one was, I think this one was like maybe $40, $50, which was fine for what the limited stuff that I'm buying. I'm not really spending a lot, and what I seem to find, I'm not spending a lot of money on. So I wish I could find more, but I don't live near record stores, or
Yeah, you're not me.
I'm not Rob.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have any money. I wouldn't have been able to pay the plumber last week.
No, I don't have
I
any
would-
money either.
Yeah, I just spent too much
Rob
money
fits in a
today
bucket.
and realized I have no money in the bank because I bought records.
Fair.
Yeah. I'm not buying records for like another 3 weeks.
I'm buying records. I'll probably buy records tomorrow.
this sounds like AA, right?
No, just a few good deals came up, and I took advantage of them. So I really do need to pump the brakes.
A few.
Well, considering what I paid,
Did
considering what I paid Mazzy for those Music Matters, I'm really kind of.
you get those?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Have you not been listening to the stream, Mike?
Yeah, man,
What?
you
Oh,
were on
sorry.
your
Green,
I've talked
dude.
about like 4
Sorry,
times.
sorry, I didn't hear that. So how many titles was it?
26
26.
for $3,600.
And apparently, that box of records had a better time than Nicole did because it traveled around the Western
Yeah,
U.S.
went from
having a good
Seattle
bumpy
to-
ride.
Berkeley and back to Seattle and back to Berkeley. So
That's great.
I know my son, he looked at the 4 boxes that it came in and he's just shaking his head. You know,
It came in 4 boxes. It's crazy.
yeah, shipped in 4 separate boxes.
Wow.
And all of them were sent back.
Yeah,
Jeez whiz.
I know.
Cheese whiz, even.
Because
Well, it didn't like the guy left a note saying, well, there's no apartment number or anything.
Yeah.
He just immediately sent it back, which was really stupid.
Yeah, that's shit.
But he was sick. He has an excuse for being dumb about that. See, just so everyone knows who buys from me and then people I send stuff to, I actually store your address in a place where I can find it again.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
Are you like 20 minutes behind, Paul? You not refreshed your browser.
Yes.
This will probably be me.
Damn, I haven't bought a record in a long time.
I'll buy one Sunday.
Oh,
I'm staying home tomorrow to do stuff.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
also-
have like 200 records I need to clean and play grade.
I was talking with Dave, and he reminded me that next month is WFMU. So I definitely
Oh, shit.
want to make
Yeah.
sure I have a little bit of cash going there.
That's fair.
People are unhappy I'm not coming out, but
Mike,
Are they though? Are they
Yeah.
unhappy, Rob?
yes, they are.
What's that, Joe?
Mike, I'm going to WFMU, so I hope to see you
Oh,
there.
yes. Let me know what
No,
day
I
you're
do.
going.
Because I think isn't it Friday and Saturday this year though, instead of it being Saturday Sunday?
this is right after Halloween. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's like the 1st and the 2nd.
Yeah. I am.
So
I'm
I think
still
I might
planning.
only come for the 1st because I like last year. The issue I just had nowhere to stay, and I wasn't going to be able to I wasn't going to pay like $200 to just stay somewhere.
So where are you going to stay?
Well, what
You go home.
I planned on doing was I'm going to leave here from where I live in the morning, and I'm going to drive to probably either Poughkeepsie or Beacon, and then just take the commuter train into the city, go to WFMU, and then I'm just going to leave that evening. So it's going to be quite a day for me, but I've done that before. I've driven.
Yeah, you can do that.
From where I live, I've driven to a guy's house that lived near Philly, which was almost 5 hours.
No,
And
not
I've
bad.
gone back and forth in one day. So this is
That's
going to be a little more than
cool.
that, but it'll be.
Hey, one of you New Yorkers, can't you give Joe like a sleeping
I have
bag
a
and let
few
him
friends
sleep
that
on
are
your
in
porch?
city.
A couch or something.
Yeah, Joe, you can crash at my place so we can go in.
I know. Yeah. Maybe next year, Mike.
Thank you.
More
He doesn't
planning.
trust you, Mike.
put together. So I have a
He's
friend
afraid
that
he's afraid Rob will show up and you'll suffocate him and take all his free jazz records.
Look, I've never tried to suffocate anyone.
Except for Mazzy.
There's always a first.
No, I just destroyed Mazzy's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a bunch of other records.
Yeah,
I
and you're
didn't
going
show.
to that? That's awesome, dude.
I have a bunch of other records I didn't show that I picked up today.
Okay, can I just show one pretty quick, Rob, before I go? I think Brandon's gonna like. I think Brandon's gonna like this one. You know, in general, this came out now.
Okay.
This is killer.
History of the vibraphone. Okay.
Yeah, Mike posted it. I don't know if he remembers. He posted it. I got a copy.
Looks good. What label is it on?
Music Seller.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, he's a tribute to his favorite vice player. He's a multi-instrumentalist. He plays a lot of stuff. There's a very short one on vinyl, so I just went for the CD. But he plays like Cal Tjader, Bobby Hutcherson, Hampton, you name all the top classic on Vibes. The record just came out and it's terrific. I'll probably make a video about some of this new ones that I got.
Now, that's a cool CD.
Yeah.
CD itself looks awesome. Now, is he playing in their style or is he playing their songs?
Their songs, but it's more like a modern touch, Chris. Yes, it's a rereading. It's not necessarily. So it's vibraphone, alto, soprano, piano, Fender Rhodes, bass, and drums.
Oh, cool.
It's just like a very modern approach to those songs.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love vibes with the Fender Rhodes.
Me too, dude.
Together. It's so good.
This is killer. I think you guys, if you go to his website or search, you might find a record if you like. But this is killer stuff on Vibes. Sorry, Rob, go ahead.
Hang on. So Matt, I'm definitely not going to Austin next month. I think most people are just going to WFMU instead.
Yeah, I've been planning. I think I'm gonna go to WFMU. I'm almost positive on that.
What is that a radio station that's going out of business or something? Or
no, they do. No. It's a radio station, but they do
they sponsor this record show.
A record show.
Cool.
So it's like records and CDs, and you can get a table and sell whatever you want. But yeah.
You sell bagels?
Billy,
is that once a year, or is that once a year, or a couple times a year?
Once a year.
I'm thinking about going back to DC for the audio show.
When is the Capital Audio Fest, Rob?
I think it's at the beginning of November. I'm gonna
I think it's the next weekend, right?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and get a press pass, which a lot of you should be able to get using your YouTube channel, but also Record Collector News. I can use that. Yeah, and I'm just gonna stay at my sister's and try and go.
Do you get him free or something if you get a press pass?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think it's like $15, $30 to enter, something like this.
Get a press pass, Felipe, and then wear your Jazz Bum shirt and interview everyone.
I'm trying to put together a want list.
I'm looking to talk to Michael Fremer for more than 3 minutes, so that's my goal.
It is hard. When I met him in Florida here, man, we said, okay, let's go have breakfast. Every 5 minutes, someone stops by the table. Can I have a picture with you?
Yeah. Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna ask for a picture with me.
When you guys go to record fairs, do you have want lists, or is it just generally you just look and whatever you find?
I think you should just go.
Just go.
I think the discover is the thing, man. I mean, if you go, it's gonna like obscure your,
You already know in your head what you want anyway.
Exactly.
You don't have a list.
Exactly.
I think it stops you from finding, like today, when I go out shopping, I did go with no intention. Either I'll come back with nothing or a lot of stuff.
That's never ever happened.
Yeah.
Actually, I have gone shopping where I came back with nothing.
Yeah. I mean, just like
at the house?
Just like when I go to the shop. Yeah, just same thing as I go to the shop here on Saturday. He's going to WFMU as well. He knows like some hot spots there, and I was he comes, oh man, you should listen to this. This is kind of on your niche, And it's usually like that. I never heard of something. Sometimes I get like African stuff. Sometimes I get some really really crazy weird different things, and I just okay, show me something,
Yeah.
I'm not looking for like a Coltrane record or whatever. Just show me something unexpected. That's the coolest thing, I think, of going to these places.
Look at this very sweet comment from Loki, Felipe. Nice.
Thank you so much, Loki. I can sign them for you. Okay, if you take the Polaroid, bring a Polaroid. I'll sign them for you. Okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I'd rather have a picture with Felipe than Fremer.
Me too. Loki, to get a signed copy, you need to become a member of the channel.
Yeah.
So,
Don't you have
Exactly.
a
Besides,
Patreon
like-
now or something?
I'm sure. Does Fremer even stop talking when the picture's being taken? Like,
No, he
Probably
does. He does. Yes.
he pauses.
But
I
the cool
reached,
thing,
I reached out to him recently with a question.
Yeah,
He
no,
was nice enough to respond, but
he's very responsive. Yes, but
I used to message him all the time on Facebook. He always got back to me.
yeah,
When I first started collecting, I didn't know he was
yeah.
like some big deal. I just thought he was another guy,
So it
I
was
don't
pretty
think he-
cool.
I don't think he cares for me much.
Most people don't.
Yeah, no, it was very nice. I mean, we were there, and all the guys from the Accorder room. I mean, if you ever if you go to the hi-fi show there, Rob, check the Accorder acoustics room. It's like usually the best room in the whole show,
Okay.
and they're just talking, chatting, making fun of other people. It's
I
kind
can
of cool.
tell you, I've been to about 4 audio shows and been hugely disappointed by my experience at them.
The Capital Audio Fest is one of the nicest one to go because it's more like
Right.
it's not so
Yeah,
huge.
people
It's very
come from New
intimate.
York. People
And,
come from New York, right?
It's a very like laid back kind of atmosphere.
Yeah,
There's not so much
it's a
like
smaller
yeah.
version than like Exponent.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been to Exponent, but
So,
I've been to several here. I went to that Seattle one, and they're just boring. It's the same guys sitting in rooms looking like they just had a hit.
well, you're a record person,
They've
Rob. You're
replaced-
you're an audiophile.
Yeah,
It's like they're drones. It's like I've entered The Sims.
I'd
They're
like
just
but-
bouncing
yeah.
off
if you
Yeah.
go, I'd like to meet up with you if you
Well,
My favorite room is on all the shows is one manufacturer. And that's
maybe
the
we could
audio
split
note.
maybe we could split a hotel or something, Felipe.
to copy the Audio Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking. I mean, I have a house to stay there, so that
Oh.
should not even be a problem.
Okay.
I'm just
Go
trying to
spend some
coordinate.
time
I
in the
could,
go spend
could
some time
probably-
in the audio note room.
Mike,
can
I
make-
could
we
probably-
can live stream
Really
from-
is not a quote. It's high end audio, but it's not
Yeah.
like your typical
Yeah,
wham bang.
It's-
See how much
it is different.
lot of
But
men
you,
you
but
can
you,
play
but you know, it's been a trend now, Nicole. I mean, most of the rooms now they have turntables. Even if they're not manufacturers, they're having turntables.
Well,
It's
see,
yeah.
that's
different
the
trend.
thing. Most of the rooms I went into were all digitally sourced.
Yeah.
No, this past couple of months, both the Florida show, the Seattle one, and the one in Chicago, I forgot. Exponent, they were big in turntables now. Even like rooms that were usually digital, they're doing turntables.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. It's good to check things
one-
like headphones, like
The
stuff
one
like
Also,
that.
check out when you're there, Wells Audio. They make great amplifiers,
Yes.
amplifiers
So-
and preamps.
The one,
and a good thing also, Rob, is to like get there and chat with the guys. I was there. I was in a room that as a Maryland manufacturer called Black Ice Audio. They mostly do tube stuff.
Yeah.
And I love their tubes, but they only sell with the gear. So I was able to be friend with the guy, and he sold me tubes on the side. things like
Delphina,
that.
you were the only girl there. That's
Pretty
why it
cool,
was
right?
interesting.
I can believe that.
Like-
Listen, Loki, hang on. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have a homeland anymore. So settle down.
Yeah.
You know, I went.
Let me show you these. Let me show you these records.
Okay.
Okay.
These are like lower.
I
end.
know
These-
that record.
Yeah, this was from a kind of box they were trying to get rid of records. I don't know how sought
Really?
after this Wayne Shorter record is, though.
Well, it's
Is
not
it
very
good?
expensive, but that doesn't mean
Oh.
it's not good.
I seen
Oh,
that
yeah.
on my shop once. I passed on it, but
It's on the lower end of his records.
Yeah, I
mean,
just
price-wise.
I would leave. I would leave it just based on the cover alone.
this. I mean, I don't know how many people get into George Duke.
I
There's
love
that
George Duke.
MPS. He did a lot of albums for MPS,
Yeah.
and they put out a box. But this is my favorite George Duke record.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I have that one.
It's
The
very good.
one with
Very-
the blue cover is really good too.
it's very funky, soul jazzy. I mean, a lot of people are on here. I think when you listen Frank Zappa stuff that he's on, when he's playing like instrumental stuff.
He's a great player.
Yeah.
But this is
I
very
think
good.
that record and the blue one with the weird masks on the front. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Those two are like which are probably like what 74 or something like that. Those are the ones you want to get.
This is 75. I mean, there's a whole. I think he did 5 or 6 for MPS. So this is 1975. It's really good. It's a cool cover. I have a couple copies that I'll probably put in my auction. So, I picked up this one.
Cleanhead Vincent.
This is on Muse.
Oh, cool. Is that like a reissue on Muse or just have an old ass?
No, this is a OG Muse record.
The cover's
They
weird.
get a reissue.
Oh, that's
this.
nice.
I'm
Listen,
just saying it's a weird Muse cover. I don't know.
these live ones seem to have the same kind of covers.
Hold it right there, sucker.
Okay.
Mhm.
I do not know who this guy is. Someone tell me.
That is Haywood Henry.
He's the gentle monster.
He was kind of gentle.
Joe Newman and Hank Jones, though. Holy shit.
Yeah, here's the lineup on here.
All right. That's
And
a
Ben
pretty
Riley.
sick lineup, dude. So
Yeah,
what is the music like? Have you not listened to it yet?
What label of Uptown?
I just picked it up, man. Calm down.
It's on Uptown, right?
Yeah, Uptown. Which I don't. This label's weird, right?
No, they
I
have
don't-
some good recordings. Yeah.
Yeah, but they put out a lot of reissues and stuff.
Yeah, they
Right.
came out later in the 90s or so.
I mean, look how gentle he is with there.
That's a gentle hat.
That's
No,
not him.
he's the gentle monster.
Yeah.
He is.
Oh well, that's
So-
a gentle sax.
It's a gentle
Is that
sax.
is that Divier? Who is that guy?
I don't know. Does it not say right underneath the picture?
There's Hank Jones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it doesn't say their name under. Oh, and this was recorded by Rudy.
All right. 1983.
Dogs like Rudy.
They do.
His name in the Deadwax? No,
Dogs in
he
the
just
Deadwax?
recorded it. He didn't
We'll
matter.
put your name in the dead wax.
Why don't you shove it up your sunshine hole? That's your new flight word.
Hmm.
Cool.
Rob, Faces in Reflection was the George Duke that came out in 74 that
Okay.
I like those, and the one you showed, those are the two I like.
You know,
It's a really good record.
speaking of like, you know, talking earlier about liking some smooth jazz stuff, Brandon. You know, when I first got into any kind of jazz back in the '90s, it was like, you know, Headhunters and Bitches Brew. I've said it 1,000 times. But then, you know, about 15, 20 years ago, I got into a little bit of like smooth jazz, like Grover Washington Jr. stuff.
Yeah, I have a lot of him.
Some of the George Duke stuff, you know, and I mean, it's good. I like it.
Yeah, even like Bob James on CTI.
And Chuck Mangione.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
That
that's
one song's sort of undeniably good.
Feels So Good's great, man. I love that record. I drive my wife insane with that record occasionally. She says it's a golf
Feels
song.
So
Did they,
Good
did,
was
they
on
ever,
the radio all the time.
did they ever use that in the golf TV show as a song?
I bet you they did.
Yeah, my wife swears they did.
I remember it was like one of those. I feel like it was one of those songs that was like, "I'm ending my shift, but you've got Dave coming in and for the next 3 hours, and here's a little Chuck Mangione."
There's no doubt, dude.
And it was like the song in the transition before the next DJ.
Yeah. I have a distinct memory of hearing that song in a Red Lobster when I was like 3 years old with my family.
How often did you go to Red Lobster?
Well, when I was a little bitty kid, like before my sister was born, when I was 5, we would go every Saturday to Red Lobster to get my stepdad was obsessed with boiled shrimp, so he just ordered a big bowl of boiled shrimp, and that's it. That's what we ate.
That's
And-
such a good story.
Isn't it?
The funny thing is, now thinking about Chris Red Lobster in Texas.
Yeah.
My first job here in the lab was most of my coworkers, they were Japanese, right?
Mhm.
And so one day I was talking to a guy about eating and fish, and he was like, "So where do you live in Brazil?" I said, "Oh, São Paulo, right? Do you like the fish there?" I said, "Yeah, it's pretty good." And it's like, "How far from the sea are you?" I was like, 60 miles or so. And then he was thinking, he stopped and was like, "Oh, how come can you eat fish that comes from so far?"
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So I remember thinking Red Lobster was going to be like the greatest experience of my life, and I was a little disappointed.
Well, yeah, dude, it's not the right now. I have a good story about Red Lobster. Okay,
if you want to go to a more affordable version of Red Lobster, there's a place called Blue Lobster.
Or just go to go to Long John Silver's. It's not that much.
Yeah, but here's the funny thing. Because we have planes that fly things places. In fact, like sushi, like a lot of that fish is caught in the Pacific Northwest, right? Or near Alaska. They have to fly it to Japan to be graded, and then they fly it everywhere else to be whatever. And there's a very interesting Vegas. I've seen videos where the amount of fish that's bought for Vegas, it's crazy. They're like the area where all this fish is. And even here in LA, the San Pedro Delfina, I think, knows this. People get up in the middle of the night to go to San Pedro to get killer deals on fish. Like, it's crazy how cheap it is. So
a nice piece of fish.
But if you're flying stuff everywhere, you get fresh fish.
Yeah, you do.
Exactly.
What if you have flying fish?
Well,
they exist.
Then it negates the travel time.
That's true. It cuts it down.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was thinking about this the other day with the inflation and all that, you know. When I was younger and I like first had a corporate job, I wasn't making much money, but me and all my broke friends working like crappy HR jobs or whatever, we used to go out to eat lunch every fucking day, like at a restaurant. And I can't even afford that now. It's like crazy. Like we would go to Red Lobster for lunch. I mean, we spent a lot more money than we could probably afford, but
and nobody wants to make their own lunch and take it to work, so you have a little social time.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I don't care time to talk a bitch about work.
Exactly. That's what every single work lunch is bitching about work. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to tell you my quick Red Lobster story.
Okay.
I used to photograph bands for a magazine and a few different magazines, and the Charlatans came into town.
Oh, cool.
So I was photographing the band, the Charlatans. They're from Birmingham, UK. And, you know, there's like, I think there's 6 of them or 5 of them. Anyway, so like one of the things that I always talk about to bands was like, it's San Francisco. So like, are you guys enjoying the food? Have you guys checked out any restaurants? And they were like, oh, yeah, mate, we found that place. What is it? Oh, yeah, Red Lobster. Brilliant, mate. We had the deep fried shrimps and like, that was it. They wanted the deep fried shrimp and they went, of all the places, they went to Red Lobster.
Yeah, no, you know, it's fun that reminds me. You know, whoever follows cycling or people in the comments there's this guy, this British guy, the greatest sprinter ever, Mark Cavendish, the biggest winner of stages on Tour de France. He just broke the record this past summer. The guy, he's fascinated by Waffle House.
Really?
Yeah.
So after the Tour de France, the first thing he wanted to do is to come back to the US, to go to Orlando and go to a Waffle House.
I mean, Waffle House is great if it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and you're, you know, either super hammered or like, you know, tripping on acid.
They had their hash browns are good.
Yeah,
the Awful House. We always called it the Awful House.
Well, we always went
tell you, I worked at a place in DC called Chesapeake Bay Seafood House, and it was all you could eat, but you could only have all you could eat of what you got and what was cheaper than that. So the number one thing was soft shell crab. Was the most expensive, or crab legs. We served Alaskan crab. Then you could have everything under. The cheapest thing was fried clams.
Oh God, fried clams are fine, but like, who wants like
bringing people back all they could eat?
God.
You know,
I honestly think of all the of Waffle House, Bob Evans, IHOP, and Denny's. I think Denny's is always the best. That's how I feel.
I would agree with that. Yeah, of those choices, I've never been to Bob Evans, but like
Bob Evans is like someone took a whole thing of salt and put it on your meal.
Yeah. The moons over my hammy is my favorite Denny's thing.
It's such a great joke.
Yeah. It's not a joke, it's a thing.
I know, but it's the moon's over my
Hold on, let's be clear. And I don't know how everyone else feels. Pancakes are better than waffles. No.
No.
Yeah,
I,
I
I'm
kind
not a
of
bit,
don't.
you know, I'm not really.
Well, here's what I
like
think.
either one of them.
I think French toast trumps kills them both.
Nah.
That's true.
French toast to me.
Hold on. Challah, the Jewish bread, challah.
That's the only
French
thing
toast?
I use for my French toast, dude.
That's the best
all I
French
use.
toast.
That's fair.
That's all I use. I don't believe in the brioche ones either.
Where
Where's
Felipe
Louis?
lives-
This is a Louis subject. We need Louis.
Yeah,
here.
we need
Louis.
a top 10 things.
No, challah bread French toast with fresh fruit is the best thing ever.
Holla.
Yeah, where is Louis?
challah bread. I'm sure
Where's
we're
that
around where
Notes and
Felipe
Tones?
lives. They have that shit.
I'll
for
send you
sure,
guys
yeah.
some
You can
pictures
get-
on the stream next time I make it. On
Yeah,
the
you
thing.
know, yeah, there's some weird
So
stuff around
Felipe,
here.
with your years at Stanford, did you visit like Whole Earth restaurants right there on University or Hobie's there?
They have some. So at the University, I think the best place to go in Palo Alto this was California Avenue.
Yeah.
We used to go
right
to
there.
at the Antonio's Nut House. I think they're closed still.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they ever come back. But Antonio's Nut House is the coolest place, you know. And they were across in the 80s that club. I mean, Metallica used to play there. You know, there's like very famous like live recordings in that club that's gone. But and the Antonio's Nut, so it's called a nut house because they have like a cage in the back of the restaurant with a box of peanuts and a gorilla. So so you enter the place there. You get like an empty container, go there and just scoop out some peanuts.
Right.
You eat and throw the shells on the floor, and they get crushed. And feels like walking on a carpet. And they have all sorts of crazy posters. And I remember the bathroom had a sign like "Don't throw cigarette butts in the urinal because it makes them soggy and hard to light." Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was, and the like was kind of split into one side was the bar, the other side was like this open Mexican cuisine with like two authentic Mexican ladies just making like real Mexican food there. That place was awesome, and every day was like packed with people from the university, people from Silicon Valley, you know, Zuckerberg, everybody was there, everybody. That place was really seedy and very awesome. It was pretty awesome there. Antonio's Nut House. And then they closed at COVID. I don't think they ever come back.
Did you say they had a gorilla?
Yes, it was like a mini Kong there in a cage, in a cell. Pretty much like holding the box of peanuts.
Oh, I see. So it wasn't a live gorilla.
No.
Okay.
It was like a real size statue. It was pretty fun.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So what else there was there? There was like a Cuban place called Bodeguita del Medio. They had like a rum tasting room that was like absolutely great. And also in Palo Alto, the downtown, it was not cheap, but they have some place. There was this place called a Slider Bar. They only had sliders. My goodness. It was absolutely out of this world. Really, really great stuff in there. They had some very great taco places, Tacolicious. It was really good. I mean, you know, that area is pretty high end, but really great food. Really great food there. And it's fun. Yes, and it was like that, but you know, again, it's that university vibe. You know, it's really cool. There's always like party every day, and it was pretty cool there. It's pretty nice.
That's why I like Boulder so much. It's got that same, you know.
Yeah, I took my very first when I moved in here. The first couple of months, I was sent to Boulder to learn like a technique in microscopes. I spent like a week there. Man, that place is amazing, right? Because that Pearl Street there downtown.
Yeah, they have like that. Yeah, that downtown area where there's all just it's streets, but you can't drive cars on it at all. It's like 12 blocks long. It's just restaurants and shops and all kinds of cool shit, bars.
Yeah, and all local. I think almost every restaurant there brews their own beer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
And then 5 minutes from there, you can walk to the city park, and there's a giant stream coming right off the mountain, and there's literally like a fucking mountain right behind the stream. You know, it's just beautiful. I would love to live in Boulder. It's just so damn expensive to live there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
If you drive outside Boulder, there's the Sleepy Time Tea Factory or headquarters.
You know, there's some really cool little towns around there too, like little ski. Rare to call them towns, are like little ski areas with bars and maybe a restaurant or something.
You know, I used to go to Denver. I used to go to Denver and Boulder a lot to test movies.
Yeah.
And my buddy would always want to visit state capitals. So he goes, "Hey, Casper's not that far from here. Let's drive there." So we drove there, and I've never seen one place with so many tattoo and parlors and strip clubs.
Really?
Yes. But where Colorado State is, that's a nice town. It's right. It's not far.
Fort Collins. Is that Fort Collins?
Collins
No.
Fort Collins and Boulder are not that far away from each other. So.
No. Yeah, they're up north now.
I want to live less in the Lauren Boebert part, though, and more in like the dive fascist scum part. You know what I mean?
You told Chris privately told me he wanted to go see that same place you saw, and then ask someone to feel his boobs.
Why do those maggots think she's hot? I don't get it.
Oh no, she's trash.
Yeah,
she's so nasty.
She's scuzzy looking.
She's Kmart Barbie, dude.
Kate, she's not Barbie. She's like Kmart.
She's bowling alley waitress.
More like a bowling alley pin setter in the back.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk good things. Rob, what you got?
What?
What you got? I said we had a.
I got records all over the place, man.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Do you guys want to see some? I have a couple non-jazz records.
That's fine. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
I like non-jazz records.
I got on a.
Well, how did I just get cock blocked by Brandon?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Would you like your turn, Robert?
Show your
Would you like your turn?
Hey, no, show your Lauren Boebert records.
Yeah. Okay, so I decided, I don't know. I got on a Cooder kick, and this is his first.
Cooder's good.
So, because I have a few, I have the what is it, Boomer's Story or whatever, which I really like, and then I like the stuff he did later with the Cuban music. But this is his first record. I love it. It's from 1970. So I'm actually building a Cooder caster. I'm building a Cooder guitar.
Oh, cool.
My favorite on Brandon is the soundtrack.
Paris, Texas.
Paris, Texas.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
Yeah,
I have that. That's a whole different. That's just a beautiful record.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I have that, and I had Boomer's Story, but I got 3 new ones. This was because I'm like, oh, I'll go and see if they have any Cooder. And they were both like $8 or something, and I got this one too, which is great. This is on Reprise, and then this is a later one, Borderline, where he took the famous painting and put some booty on
record.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I grabbed those 3 Cooders. That's it, and I'm building. I'm not really building it. I'm having someone. I'm basically taking one of my guitars and having someone who knows what they're doing put some Cooder style vintage cheap pickups in it, which is what he did. This is Mehldau Mokhtar. I got 2 of his records.
That's cool. This guy's cool.
This guy's amazing. So he's from Niger, and it's just he's singing and playing guitar. Lead guitar, and there's a rhythm guitarist, a bass player, and a drummer. And these guys put a lot of sound. I don't know what he's saying because it's in a different language, but it's really beautiful. So here it is, Mehldau Mokhtar.
That's interesting.
And then the other thing I got was this is Beth Gibbons' new record. Came out.
Oh yeah. It's pretty good, right?
It's really beautiful. She was the lead singer of Portishead.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Oh yeah, this record is amazing, Chris.
Love Portishead.
Definitely.
Yeah. So this is very. I don't know. This is
similar.
I feel like this has a lot of influence. I think she's influenced heavy by Kate Bush in this one.
Okay.
And you know how Kate Bush would kind of throw in those sort of strange, folky British stuff that sounded like it could have been made for like a Tolkien movie or something. But there's some of that in here too. So it's not nearly as like electronic sounding as Portishead. It's much more folky. but it's really good. That's it.
Sweet. I'll show some stuff.
Right, Cooder. Yeah, Mazzy would be like liking your selections with Right
Yes,
Cooder.
absolutely.
I love Cooder.
Mazzy never shuts up about Cooder.
Yep, that's his favorite guitarist.
So I got this week. This is some Miles
Yay.
bootleg series, Fillmore. Yeah,
That's good.
really good. I've only listened to the first 2 CDs, but I already had the 2 LP one they put out. I don't know, whenever that was. Whenever, I guess, closer to when they recorded it. But this just has more, a lot more music than that, obviously. Yeah, I was trying to see who was on it. So it's Miles. It's in 1970. It's like around, they play Bitches Brew on this like 4 times, once each night, I believe. But it's Miles Davis on trumpet, Steve Grossman on tenor and soprano, Chick Corea, electric piano, Dave Holland bass, Jack DeJohnette drums, and then Air 2 on percussion.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, that's a killer one.
That one from 1970.
Yeah.
The dates.
Yeah, and then it's all from Fillmore East, and then there's like 3 bonus tracks from Fillmore West.
Yeah, that's
later in April, or before that in April.
Yeah, so that's one session, Chris, that was never been there. That's the one that Third Man put earlier this year.
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that, and then I didn't pay that much for this. I got it on Amazon pretty cheap. So
you can get this between 25, 35.
Yeah, exactly. So the new one that's coming out that's $100, I think I'm going to wait like a year to buy it. It's going to get cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
Especially on CD. This is kick ass. So this is Michelle
Violoncello.
Yeah. And it's really kick ass because it's her doing covers of 80s and 90s like R&B soul hits like pop songs like let's see what else on here. Waterfalls, the TLC songs on here.
Yeah.
I mean, just all you'll know all these songs.
Yeah.
Private Dancer, the Tina Turner songs on here. My favorite though is Sometimes It Snows in April, the Prince song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just beautiful. So
and she had to record or collaborate with a lot of those people back in the day.
Oh yeah. So it's kind of funny. The book just has a page in it for every song title, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
this is great. Now I will say one thing I noticed about this CD is it's not a jazz CD, basically, and it's much louder than most of the jazz CDs I have. Like it's
what is the year of this one, Chris?
It's not that old. It's from like 2017 or something, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But the loudness wars thing is pretty evident on this. But it actually sounds really good. I'm just saying, volume wise, I had to turn my stereo down a bit when I play this one. So
yeah,
they also did it on vinyl, but it's like I don't know,
not worth it. No.
You have this one, Felipe? You like it?
Yes, I do, Chris. I like this one. I like her work. It's very.
Me too.
It's very multiple. She does a little bit of everything. She recorded with a lot of different people, and she's such a great activist and music. I think I mentioned that to you guys. I think I read on a Substack. I don't remember which one and it was commenting about her new record, and the title was "She Gave Up on Being Famous and Decided and chose to be a genius." And she could. I mean, she recorded with some of the most famous people, some of the most famous recordings.
Absolutely.
But she chose to keep pushing boundaries, to keep being relevant and different. However, I'd say check her previous record on Blue Note as well. That was her first one. I think it came out in 22 or 21.
Yeah, I'm gonna show that right now. Well, I don't know if it's that one, but I got this one. It's not.
That's the new one. That's the just came out. The one that came before that one.
Yeah, this is really good. This just came out. Like Felipe was saying, they had it at Barnes and Noble, and they also had the vinyl. The vinyl was like $38, and this was like $15. So I said, I'll try the CD.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really interesting one. Then I wanted to kind of go through some of the ones I showed last week and actually talk about impressions of them. So I've actually listened to them now. This first one is George Coleman. Can't read the title. My Horns of Plenty is what it's called. So it's him, Harold Mayburn, Ray Drummond, and Billy Higgins. So this is, I showed this last week, but this is an excellent CD. It sounds really good. I mean, George Coleman and they're singing "Lush Life" on here. The Sheik of Arabi is a really song I've been listening to a lot lately, which is kind of funny. It's on here. So yeah, it's on Verve, so it sounds really good, just like all the Joe Henderson stuff. Felipe, you should pick this one up if you don't have it.
I'll go check this one out because I don't have this one.
You really know how to sell those CDs there, buddy.
Good. This is this one's interesting. So this is one of the Wynton Marsalis standards. Standard time. It's volume 5. It's called The Midnight Blues.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to this at first, and so it's him, and his kind of, it's like a quartet of him. Fuck, man, I'm so blind. Eric Reed on piano, original viola and bass, and then Lewis Nash on drums. So a great lineup, but then it's them, and it's with strings, right? So when the first song started, I was like, okay, I don't know about this shit, But after listening to it a couple of times, it's actually really, I think it's pretty tastefully done. It is a little, I don't know, kind of academic sounding at times, if that makes sense. But I actually enjoyed this. Really good to listen to. I mean, it's called Midnight Blues for a reason. I listened to it really late the other night, and it was kind of nice. These two are badass. So Notes and Tones had recommended these to me. Stan Getz Anniversary, and then kind of the sister album we did called Serenity. These are both on Verve, and these are just totally kick-ass. So it's Stan, Kenny Barron on piano, Rufus Reed and on bass, and Victor Lewis on drums. I think this stuff is some of the best Stan Getz I've ever heard. Like, I like it better than most of the records I have, because I got a bunch of his records. So, what else?
Cool. Very good, Chris.
Two more. This was one of my favorite ones too, and the cover kind of made me think it was going to suck.
Jessica, yes.
Yeah, this is excellent though. So she put out a ton of CDs, and probably on vinyl too, with this trio of her, Dave Capstein, I think it is, and then Mel Brown. This is called Some Ballads, Some Blues, but her piano playing is just excellent. It was just really good.
She was always compared to Bill, very much in Bill Evans' vein. So.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of Joanne Brackeen too, a little bit. Kind of in that same vein. Very creative, just really beautiful piano playing. And then the last one. What were we gonna say?
No.
Oh,
I don't.
Last one is Joshua Redman Quartet, Spirit of the Moment, live at the Village Vanguard. This is really good. It's a two CD, so it's a shit ton of music. It's a quartet with Peter Martin on piano, Christopher Thomas on bass, and then Brian Blade on drums. But Redman, I mean, they play all kinds of stuff on here. It's like I said, it's 2 CDs, so there's ballads and standards, and then there's some kind of experimental sounding shit. So another really good one. That's it.
Cool.
Where the hell did everybody go? I'm showing CDs and everybody just disappears.
I know. I think what we need to do is get Notes and Tones up here. I see
here. I have a couple more non-jazz if you guys want to see it.
Sure.
Oh, actually, I have one jazz. So I bought this for a friend because I saw that it was still in the shrink and perfect, and $20. So I'm like, hey, I texted my friend, say, do you have Tutu? I got a really nice copy here. So I bought it for him.
Nice.
I mean, he sent me some money, so it wasn't like, I just said, you probably need this. This is another Mehldau Mokhtar. This is, I think, his second to last album. I think this is from 2023 or 2022. This is great. And Felipe had a Ryuichi Sakamoto record. This is Forbidden Colors, which is the song from Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence.
Oh, okay.
David Sylvian. But it's kind of interesting because a lot of us probably know the song, but they do one version with lyrics.
Oh, okay.
With David Sylvian singing.
Interesting.
It's kind of like, I think you'd know the song if you heard it.
Yeah.
It's that da 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 da.
I think you're making it worse.
And then I got sorry for the vocals.
That's good.
And then I got this because it has this tape at the bottom. I got it super cheap. But this is a reissue mono, but it's the original British cover, which is way cooler than the American cover. Anyway.
Very nice.
It sounds great. I mean, it's basically mint. It's like a 70s reissue of it.
Wait. That's it?
Yeah, you want me to? I can keep scrounging through records.
I have a stack of records here.
All right.
I'm trying to put together a lot of ECM records for my next auction. I have this. It's great. It's that same grouping, that old and new dreams.
Well, it's them. It's old and new dreams. It says it right there.
It's playing. This is pretty good. This is live.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. On the.
Maybe you should name the auction EC Money.
EC Money. There you go.
I picked this up and showed this on my stream the other night.
Yeah.
This is a South African jazz funky band.
Yeah.
That their records, I guess, again, we have to come to some distinction. These records go for a lot of money because I don't think they were really available. But this We Are Busybodies, a Canadian reissue label.
Oh, yeah, I love them.
They put out a lot of their records. This is not the more desirable one, but they're calling this a live record because they insert like music. I mean, crowd noise in between the songs, and it so doesn't fit. It's like there's no way these guys are playing like a football or soccer stadium or something. But the music's good on this one, and I think you could still get these. Came out in 2022. Yeah, they're from originally from the 70s, but it's pretty good. I streamed it. I haven't cleaned and listened to it. Here's a Randy Weston record that came out on PA USA.
I wonder what it originally came out on.
I think it came out, I forget what label. This is a promo, but it's just a self-titled, solo piano record.
Yeah, I love Randy Weston, man.
Yeah.
What do you like, Chris? What is your go-to?
For Randy Weston, actually, I have a couple of his on Wrist of Freedom that I really like.
Okay.
There's one that's called something Africa or something that's really cool. And then I got like a Blue Note 2 for his. I got a bunch of Randy Weston shit.
Okay.
But I do like those ones on Wrist of Freedom. They're like $5 records all day long, you know.
Exactly. Sorry, Rob.
No problem. I picked up this OJC of this Thelonious himself.
Yeah.
And I've seen the record, and I thought it was just him all solo, but no, there's on the last song, it's Coltrane, Wilbur, and it's a really good song.
What does it say? Solo piano by Thelonious Monk. Then
I don't know. One song on here is them playing.
Oh, one song. Okay.
I mean, two songs. Sorry.
Show that kick-ass cover though.
It is cool.
Take it out of the thing. Yeah. Okay. So where was it recorded?
This was recorded in.
Was it on Columbia or what?
No, this is Riverside, man.
Riverside. Okay. Huh?
This is Riverside.
Okay.
Rivers. Just say it doesn't say where it was recorded.
Well, wherever it is, it's a cool old ancient console he's sitting in front of. Those.
This was recorded. This is 50. Didn't even say it on it. 57. 19.
Yeah, dude.
But it's really this is very good.
Yeah. Are you keeping it?
Yeah, several people have asked me for this. I'm keeping that. Hey, Notes and Tones. I don't know if you saw earlier. I found this record. It's really good. This Mary Lou Williams live from 1970 something.
I'd like to. I need some. I don't have.
I want to
any-
explore this label. They put out a lot of cool records.
Oh, dude, yeah, they have
Oh yeah, they have good stuff.
dollar brand that Cape Town Fringe. They put that out. It's really good.
Right. And then here's this. I found that.
Don't say right like that. You don't even give a shit what I said.
I don't care what you say.
How dare you? It's so hurtful.
Was that an OJC you had, Rob, of the Thelonious?
Yeah. You know what?
I have the same OJC.
Yeah, I've made a decision.
Okay.
I'm okay with the OJCs. If I do find an old one that's in good shape, but the OJCs sound so good.
These are
No,
great.
I was a big.
Yeah.
I love the OJC series back in the day.
Especially Riverside. I mean, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I know they're not.
It's
They're
about
just
the
not,
music,
they're
not
not,
about the record.
they're not $5 each anymore, though.
They sure as hell ain't.
I know. That's where. That's
Some
how
of
much I
them
bought.
are.
I'll tell you something that I talked to someone who's a reliable source. I'll just call them a
Okay.
reliable source.
Okay.
They feel prices are dropping, even for dealers and seller on Discogs.
Yeah.
So yes, and I've already seen it with certain records that I would pick up and find that were going for closer to 100. Seems like they're dropping down to the $60.
I don't think you need to have special advice. You can just tell that they're dropping.
No. I mean, I know I could tell, but I feel like I live in a bubble. I found that OJC for $10. So I live in a weird situation, I think.
No, I feel like I live
because
in a
OJC is still in the Bay Area are going for 2025.
It depends. I mean, there are places. I know my stores. I know the stores that'll. If I know like these, I don't see these records.
And it's also tighter in condition.
I don't see these anywhere. I've never seen this record.
Yeah.
I've seen this online in places I've never. And this is a 72 with a different cover, but I don't see these. So I know.
Well, it's a black and white instead of blue.
The blue one. But all I'm saying is I'll buy these because I thought these were a fair price.
Yeah.
But I never see them. So in that regard, I'll buy it and pick it up. But I mean, like today, you'll say it's a $3 record. I see the one I see of this is the Shelly Mann one.
Yeah.
There's a Shelly Mann of this.
There's two of them. There's two Shelly Manns of that. There's a Peter Gunn and then there's Son of Gunn or some shit like that.
And there might be a Henry Mancini one of this too.
Probably.
But I've never seen this Joe Wilder one. Never.
Right. Well, what I was saying is also, Portland is its own bubble of, we have like 20 record stores.
Yeah.
The prices at record stores are going down. Definitely. Already.
Well, I mean, there's the massive craze after. There's probably several.
I mean, not the new records, obviously, but
right. But it's like the massive, vinyl craze during the pandemic ended because people could go to concerts and shit again.
Yeah, and also like I'm sure that there's a ton of people on Discogs that have their overpriced things that they're just sitting on.
Right.
But people with record stores want product to move. And so it's like I can already tell that stuff has come down like 25% at least in record shops for used stuff.
Yeah.
Well, the shops around here need to reprice their shit because they haven't done that. So it's like,
you should have you should go in there and say, hey man, you guys need to bring it back down. Bring it down.
Yeah. I also think, Brandon, that during those 2-3 years from 20 to late 22 and maybe little early 23, I mean, there was a high demand. So there was a lot of inexperienced buyers and sellers, right? People that had no idea. They're just like, oh, I have a Blue Note here. I'm going to ask, like, you don't even know what you have, or same thing, anything. Oh, OJCs are being repressed. The originals just hype up.
Well, I mean, it's still
there's a bigger adjustment going on, I think.
Right. I mean, the reality is there was a whole bunch of record sellers that didn't know what they were selling because they were like, everyone was like, vinyl's the thing. So all these people started selling records. They probably got miscategorized, different pressings were put in the wrong spots. Yeah. They made a bunch of customers unhappy. So I bet you there'll be less sellers right now that want to keep doing this because the boom is over. But also it's like
Yeah.
There will be some people who get out of this, educated, knowing a lot more about vinyl.
Exactly.
That may want to keep selling, and those are hopefully that's what you'll get.
Yeah, and I think there's like history moments, just like we talked, like the 2000s, the COVID. I was just thinking, in 15 years, Blue Note's going to turn 100. Imagine what's going to happen with the records.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is I kind of wish, because, when Tone Poets first came out, they were $27, and now they're what, 38?
Well, they were like 35.
They were 35.
Yeah, they were still pretty high.
That was
I remember the first ones, you could get them on Amazon for 27.
It's just because Amazon would put them on sale back then. Yeah.
Right. But that's where I bought for the first, when Amazon had the prices like that. I bought my first 2 years on Amazon because they were literally $27.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
And then
I wait for them to sales to kick in, so they go back to this kind of prices.
Right. And as soon as Amazon stopped having the great deals, I just buy them locally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's a place that sells them for, I guess, $36.99, and that's usually where I go.
Yeah. But I remember those days. There was a nice interview with Chad and the guys from RTI and Stoughton, and there was also an interview with Jack White on the Rick Rubin podcast, and then he was talking about this record production. He said the vinyl itself is very available, even like during the height of COVID. That's not a problem. The biggest problem they pointed in all those outlets was availability of good paper and pressing. That was and pressing of printing. Sorry, that was the hardest part. It was really making things expensive.
Yeah,
and it's going to be this. That's kind of a situation I've kind of said, well, I'm just going to have to live with it, because high quality printing, those processing places there are hardly any left, and the reality is people don't want to pay that extra to do it, so the chances of getting really high quality printing is probably over.
Yeah, I mean, it is expensive, and I mean, although I know the prices are high, but doing that stuff in and high end it is expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
But I mean, with all these reissues, Brandon, if you can buy them locally, but what like me and Felipe do is, and probably a lot of others too, is we just wait till the big, like you Discover or whatever that has one of their 35-40% off sales and just buy like 15 of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing to do. I just usually want, like, if it's a Tone Poet I want it when it comes out. I don't buy all the Tone Poets, but like when Medina and Taru came out the same month, I was like, I went and bought them when they came out. And it's also, I don't go to the new record store shops as much, but I like to support them because I like that being there around me. I go to mostly used record stores. When the Tone Poets come out, I get to give my money to a new shop.
Yeah. But Brandon, disclaimer there, I got my copy of Tarot. I think it's an okay record. It's not like, I think there's a reason why it's not released.
I had I had the LT, and as soon as I knew that they were doing the Tone Poet, I sold my LT for $60 and got the Tone Poet.
It was really well.
I sold it at the beginning of the year. I like the record a lot, so I knew what I was getting.
Yeah, I just think it's not like groundbreaking. There's like two of those boogie songs and two straight pop, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you, he has such a huge catalog. But I mean, I love getting the extra artwork and the photography.
No, it's beautiful. Yeah, I mean,
and all that stuff. Yeah. So that was a Tone Poet. I knew what it was, and and also Kevin Gray always does a better job. They always sound much better than the LTs. So the audio is better.
Oh yeah, the audio is better. The pressing, everything is superior for sure. Some LTs sound really good. There's a Wayne Shorter on LT that's amazing.
Yeah.
But I agree. I mean, the LTs are okay, but they're kind of noisy compared to Tone Poets.
When Kevin Gray does his magic, they tend to sound quite a bit more open, and they sound really good. I mean,
And
I
think
have basically decided if it's a record I like and I have the LT, and they announce it, I just sell my LT because I'd much rather have the Tone Poet.
Yeah, and I think at this point he probably cut more Blue Notes than Van Gelder, right?
Probably. He's just the guy's just a machine. It's pretty insane how many things he's remastered.
He cuts like 400 records a year.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's more
than the days.
Yeah.
And you know what, Brendan? I found out he cut. Are you guys familiar with the Galaxy 500?
Yeah.
So he cut the recent presses of Galaxy 500 are cut by Kevin Gray.
Oh, I should get them.
They are absolutely, and they're cheaper than OGs, and that stuff is like absolutely great.
Yeah.
Absolutely great.
Hey, did anyone watch Steve Westman's stream last night where he interviewed?
Parts of it. I watched parts of it.
No.
I didn't realize
talk about the record, the jazz record he put out, Rob.
Yeah. What?
Did they talk about the jazz record that?
Not in the first half hour.
No, it was almost to the very end.
Okay, so here's the deal, and I'll tell you a story. I met the Shane dude at one of the audio shows. Make me big. Yeah. And he was a nice guy, but that dude was angry. He had a lot of anger in him because of, and he said last night that he doesn't press at RTI anymore. It's someplace in Ohio.
Something like that. Yeah.
Did anyone get where he's pressing now? He told me that RTI does this fucked up thing where if you send jackets there, I don't know if they charge you rent or something. I don't know if he said this.
Yeah, I think it is. It's kind of like a place storage.
Well,
so they were behind on pressing and didn't contact him and threw away a ton of his jackets.
Oh shit.
Kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
so I feel for that dude.
That's terrible.
It's kind of a dick move on RTI's part. So good for him to find another pressing plant. But I don't know. Has anyone bought his records that have been pressed at this plant? I'm curious how the.
No, I haven't.
Who is Shane?
So how can I tell?
The guy from Intervention Records.
Intervention. He does all AAA also.
Don't you know how don't RTIs have a thing in the deadline? So
yes, I know, but I mean,
or it says pressed at this new plant.
Okay, no, I haven't bought records from him recently. I'm not very.
I only got one record from.
I like his work, but I'm not like his recent titles don't attract me.
So here's the thing that I noticed with this jazz, this Bobby what is it?
Bobby Bradford.
Bobby Bradford record with the cousins. I don't know that.
From Andre, link to ebay.com.
It's the with Garth Powell. That guy is an amazing drummer.
Okay, so Joe Harley's involved. They're friends, and Joe Harley's a producer on this record. And
so is this a new recording?
Yeah,
yeah. I posted it on the I
just didn't know if it was a reissue or a new recording.
But he's like 90 years old or 91 years old.
Yeah,
I would like a sound clip.
Me too.
No, I already pre-ordered it.
When does it come out? When does it come out?
Now October and towards the end of October.
I'll wait and see.
Because I know the people, I know the musicians. I don't need to have to worry about what it's going to sound like. I know it's going to be good. Because that other one he mentions, that the other one that I don't know if Intervention did it, but what is it called? Zen Widow.
Hey, listen, Mike Notes and Tones. You're an old motherfucker, but you're the same age as me. But I'm calling you that.
Yeah, you're calling yourself.
I'm a young and spry for my age.
I want to hear a sound clip because I don't even know who the guy is.
I know all of you.
Here, all those John Carter records.
Those things, okay?
Rob, you're only like a couple years older than me.
Rob, don't say those things. I'm young and I might get traumatized.
I'm deceptively young looking.
You're not Mazzy's age, right?
No.
Hell, I'm old. Brandon. I'm almost 3 years older than Mazzy. So
yes.
Well, you look better. So
she doesn't look.
You're fine. Yeah. You look much younger.
She looks younger than Mazzy. But here,
And your brain hasn't gone.
That's true.
Chris, here's a person you need to explore. It was John Carter and Bobby Bradford had that quartet.
Yeah.
Those albums are awesome. In fact, the reissue that just came out, it was a Flying Dutchman reissue. Sounds excellent. But I found OTs.
Yeah, I want that one. Yeah.
Yeah. But I just picked up the last. John Carter had that 5L that they all had
the series of Gramavision.
Yeah. I just got
here's the one record I didn't show. Hold on. I forgot about this.
You should pick those up, Chris. Those are such good records.
I got a story to tell about a place not to go try to find CDs. I'm gonna tell it right now. Okay. So I've been looking for
Would you go to a grocery store?
No, I've just been looking for other places to get CDs and shit, So I went to a movie trading company. And they have a fuck ton of CDs there, right? Most of the jazz stuff wasn't stuff I was interested in. I didn't actually buy anything. But the thing that sucks is they're all used, but they wrap them up like in saran wrap and put a price tag on them so you can't open them and look at them. I was like, oh, fuck this. I'm out of here. I'm not going to buy a CD or a record if I can't look at it.
Or a used CD.
Yes.
You have to look at you have to be able to look at the
CD.
It's not like you have to lick it or do anything.
No.
Just look at it.
Hold on.
I'm not going to fondle the fuck out of it or anything. I just want to look at the fucking thing.
Here's what you do. You bring it up to the counter and you say, what's the sell-by freshness date on these?
Well, Paul, here's what you do. If you need some more,
when do these go into the back so I can get them free by the bin?
Paul, if you need more custom emojis, you should encourage your fellow viewers to join as a member, and then y'all can suggest more emojis that might yes. The thing that sucks is the custom emojis don't even show up on the StreamYard, which is I wonder if they do on what is that horrible platform that Rachel's using now, Rob?
Restream.
Yeah. Maybe the custom emojis would show up there. We're not moving though. They're not raising our price, by the way, Rob.
They're not?
Nope. They sent me an email, but y'all do owe me like $1 billion years worth of fees. So there's that. Oh, got it. Oh, they use Gotta Groove. Okay, CJ said the intervention's using Gotta Groove. Gotta Groove's great. Dude.
So speaking of Gotta Groove, Rob, did you get a copy of Doug Karn from Mike?
Did I get a what?
A copy of Doug Karn from Mike. It was pressed Gotta Groove.
Yeah.
I just saw that.
No.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Is it that's from that guy Shane's company?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not. The Doug Karn?
Yeah, it's like a white cover with his face.
It's
that Shane's cover?
Yeah. That's not his. I don't think Shane put that one out though.
Okay.
Felipe, do you know who reissued the Doug Karn?
So Chris,
that wasn't that what's his face Ingram?
Yeah.
Well, no, he had a version of it, but I'm just saying.
Popsicle Orange. Is it Popsicle? Yeah.
Creamsicle.
Yes, it was pressed Gotta Groove.
Yeah.
Just like Jerome presses his stuff there.
All those black jazz records were pressed at Gotta Groove too.
Yeah, so it's real gone.
Real gone. Okay, that's what I thought. That makes sense.
Yeah, still, real gone music.
It's very good. It's very good and silent. Beautiful jacket. Mike,
how's the music?
Oh, it's beautiful music, Chris. I think.
Is he playing organ or piano?
Yes, organ. It's my first Doug Karn record. I mean, I didn't buy those black jazz reissues. I was like, I know it's cheap, but it's just too much. I don't need to clog my shelves, you know.
Oh, a lot of that black jazz stuff is good though.
It's good, but there's just too much. So I never got into that. And here it is.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Oh, cool.
Really well done. Plays really good. I like it.
It's weird it's on Savoy.
Right, yeah. Savoy orange looks kind of weird. Red and orange, right?
Yeah.
But
when did that record come out? In the 70s? Or was it 60s?
I think early 70s, Chris. Let me double check here.
I didn't realize Savoy was so oh,
Mike's appeared.
Hey, yeah, I was doing doggy duty.
I got this thing. Remember what is that guy? Cheap Heat Isn't that the other guy?
Yeah.
Cheap Heat.
Rob,
I think he
who's the
did a
Cheap
thing,
Heat guy?
and he did a thing on Gramavision Records.
Yeah.
So
Which one is that one? Did he mention
this is
that one?
Anthony. This is Anthony
Oh yeah,
Davis.
he did. Yeah.
Anthony Davis on piano.
Cool.
Young.
That's great.
Yeah. Very interesting though. I mean, upside down, see the Gramavision. But yeah.
There's someone that goes by Cheap Heat, the person that
Yeah.
No, he has a different name. But that's why he talks about Cheap Heat.
Mm-hmm.
Rob, what's his channel name? You know it.
I think it's called Cheap Heat.
Okay,
yeah.
Can someone drop a link to his channel? Because
we have done it before.
I do not know who this guy is, but I feel like maybe
you don't listen to what anybody else says.
Times I've mentioned him and dropped links.
Damn it.
Well, no, you mentioned him, but you mispronounced his name, so I couldn't find his channel.
Oh.
That's why I dropped links while you were here.
It's Chopped Heath.
Chopped Heath, yeah. Chopped ham sandwich. Did y'all ever eat the ham loaf that had like the cheese bits in it back when you were a kid?
No.
Ugh.
Doesn't sound. You're not making it sound like.
I mean, as a kid, I thought it was good, but it's kind of gross now. I don't like things
I don't eat poor people's food.
Oh, really?
I like it. I love I love a good mortadella. A good bologna.
Hold on, I need to stop everything right now.
Okay.
What football game is Notes and
I
Tens
need
watching?
Jazzbum Mike's individual attention right now.
Okay.
Look at the screen and pay attention.
Yes.
Here's a fucking link in the chat. Click on it right now.
He can't.
I can't click on links in the chat.
Yeah.
Open up your YouTube and click on your stupid
Oh
channel.
my god!
Copy and paste.
Yeah, you can't copy it.
Yeah.
You know what? You must be the useless around the house husband ever. You fucking build a bathroom in your house. You can't click on a link.
He didn't build a bathroom. Caroline and her mom did.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. See, there's no argument there.
There is an argument.
Mike picked out the tile. He picked out the tile.
Did you find it, Mike?
It's funny that you guys know that.
I'm gonna put it. Can we do it in the private?
That tiling sucked. Oh my god!
I remember the stress from the tiling. Yeah.
We tiled the entire bathroom.
Oh, I don't think I ever.
Can we do something useful? Can you?
Yes.
Share the screen of this guy's channel because this guy's an awesome dude.
Do it. You're an admin. Like share it, dude. You're there.
I don't want to be yelled at by people.
Who yelled at you? That's your.
I got this a while back, but it's in the 10-inch pile, and I never.
Hang on. What is it?
They kind of.
Yeah,
never get seen.
This is.
What's this?
Oh, I have that.
Ooh, that
I know you have it.
What is it?
What is it?
Can you show it again?
It's a Mary Lou Williams contemporary 10-inch.
Oh, cool.
I picked it up a long time ago, but because the 10 inches live in a different area, I always forget to show it.
Yeah.
This is a great record.
Very cool.
It is good, and it's so here's the kind of cool small, but it's a deep groove contemporary. It's in really good shape. That was what made me really happy.
When you hold that record, it makes it look like you have very large hands.
I could see Rob's version.
There it is. My big giant meat hooks cover the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I also have over here this record, which everyone
Rob, show the channel now.
Okay. So this is tell me how you pronounce his name.
Oh, Bicho Feo.
This dude should have more subscribers than this. His videos are the best. I don't know if he considers himself in the vinyl community, but I do. Yeah, this dude,
I do.
He's more into fusion.
Scroll up.
Scroll up.
You know what Bishop Fair means?
No, what does it mean?
Ugly critter.
Huh?
The ugly critter.
The ugly critter.
Well, maybe maybe in this picture in the second video here, but
Yeah.
he's a cool dude. He
Yeah,
and
I
he
like the
doesn't
stuff.
go watch his videos. He shows on average, like let's click on this avant-garde jazz one, which I won't play, but here's what people should do. Look at this dude. Look how much work he puts in.
Documentation, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, he puts in every record he talks about.
Yeah.
Like he has that. This is his avant-garde. He's got a bunch of Henry Threadgills.
This is what you should be doing, Mike.
Yeah, this
What?
dude is good.
I just got back. I'm gonna check out his channel. I'm excited.
No, he's talking about how great his descriptions are. Look at all that context.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Please,
I do pretty decent descriptions.
You do a
please
great job.
subscribe to this dude's channel. He should
Yeah,
have more subs than the Jazz Bums. He
No, he
prefers
shouldn't. Fuck that. You're an idiot.
How dare you?
Yeah.
All right, guys. I do have to run. I have to run, but yeah. Sorry, but good catching up with everybody, and I'll see y'all later.
Yes, and I hope you saved that channel on your thing to watch.
All right, I gotta go check out. I gotta go tile something.
You gotta go put up some tile.
Yeah.
Still working on it.
Okay. Yeah, working on the backsplash over there.
You know what? You know what Mike's gonna do tonight? In the morning, his wife will go, "Who left these dishes in the sink?" That's the most productive thing he's gonna be doing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
Seriously, guys, I've been watching that guy's channel before I started my channel. That guy, he used to talk more about fusion stuff, but he did that Gramavision one. And his whole thing is cheap heat. These records are not horribly expensive.
I like Cheap Heat.
Cheap Heat.
Cheap Heat's my favorite.
Speaking of Cheap Heat, I don't think I showed you guys this either. I know Rob has it.
I want that really badly.
Oh yeah, Stanley Cup. Yeah.
I used to have a copy, but it was beat to hell, and the cover had water damage or whatever. And I found this. This is much nicer. It plays great. I still would,
There's
it's
a
got the space. It's the Arista, weird.
Freedom.
It looks like the Herbie
sci-fi
Hancock covers.
It's like they look like an Isaac Asimov book or something.
Yeah.
What's the original? There's another version with different cover, right?
Yeah, that one's really weird sci-fi too. It's like almost like it's just a silhouette, but the face is bizarre. It's like, I guess it's a silhouette of Stanley. It's the original cover is kind of weird too. This one's just like trippy and stoner-esque.
Yeah.
Look, his keyboard is also a spaceship that goes around.
Sweet.
So when he plays it on that LFO, and you get to go faster.
Woo!
Woo!
Literally.
Wow. Should I just make sound effects? Is that why I'm on here?
Yeah, for the next 3 hours, we're just gonna have you record a.
Let's do Tom Sawyer.
Where you do this?
I'm gonna listen to some records.
This is a Mazzy thing. He does this, stick the finger in the screen.
It's off-putting, isn't
it? Hey, Chris, you're the political junkie on the stream.
Sure. Yeah.
Are you a reader?
Yes.
You read a lot?
No, I don't read a whole lot, but I mean, I like reading.
My friend, unfortunately, who passed away, I used to share books with him all the time.
Yeah.
So I got a book that's called White Rural Rage.
Oh, sweet.
So if you're interested in reading it and then passing on to whoever you want to pass it on to, send me your contact information on.
I will for sure.
Instagram, and then I can do it.
A really good book that I read a few years ago. People call it political, but which is stupid, in my opinion. Is God, what is it called? I'll think of the title of it in a second. But it's about the private prison industry, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And also just the history of the penitentiary and America after the Civil War and how.
Right.
In the South, especially, they basically just use prisons to recreate slavery.
I I listened to the author's interview on Fresh Air, Chris.
Yeah.
It was great.
It's a fucking terrifying book because this guy. So it's like there's two parts of the book and it goes back and forth. So he goes through the whole history of prisons in America, and then the rest of it's interspersed with him. He went basically undercover and went and worked in a fucking private prison in the South for like a year. Like he actually got a job doing that, and so the book goes through the history and also him working that job and how fucked up the private prison industry is basically. I mean,
Yeah.
So
well, the book that I keep on saying that especially somebody like Rachel should read, and of course she won't read it, is Rachel Maddow's book Pre-Clue. Because what happened in the 30s to the early 40s is exactly what's happening now. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Maddow's really good about making parallels to things that have happened before. She's really good at that.
Yeah, what is that old saying? History will repeat itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was Nietzsche. Yeah, pretty much. That's
also, the whole saying, those who ignore history are doomed to repeat it.
Well, you don't have to look at history to see what repeats itself. Earlier in the stream, Mike did two segments on the same record.
yeah, really.
That's a good point.
Okay, here's something for Felipe. You're going to screen. Do you really see it? Get it a little bit bigger.
Table.
It's Kondo Audio Note turntable.
Kondo. Yeah, Kondo is crazy.
Oh, good. 150,000. Oh, wait, more than that.
$165,000.
Yeah.
Holy shit! You should buy 3 of them, Nicole.
Does that turntable come with a man that puts your records on there?
Yeah, I know.
A very small man.
Yeah,
a friend of mine.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a turntable.
Well,
of course, it's going to cost you $7,000 just to ship it. So,
I finally
it probably comes with a tech to install it, right? For $7,000.
I'm gonna hook these up tomorrow and listen to them.
What is that?
It's coming from Germany.
These are deckware, multi-dimensional.
Oh yeah, deckware. Those are pretty interesting.
Yeah. Looks like a pepper grinder.
So
it's omni
directional.
Yeah, it goes in all directions. Yes.
Yeah.
So Jim.
So did you play it? Or,
no, Jim lent these to me, saying because I have Klipsch bookshelf speakers. That's what I use.
Right.
But he says these could sound better. But it's funny; these are handmade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think these go from $300 to $500.
So I'm actually in queue, Rob, for the Deckware 300Bs.
That's
speaker.
No, that amplifier.
No,
but right now it's
but isn't that like a 5-year wait
period?
It's a 2-year wait period. So I think it's a great deal because you have to put 10% down.
Yeah.
And then you have like 2 years to save money to pay the rest. So I think Jim
but
is
it's
also
not that bad.
Felipe, what are you doing with another amp, bro?
No, you replace it.
My other amp doesn't play 300Bs. 300Bs is the best tube you can possibly listen to.
So you're buying what are you going to do with your other amp? You're just going to have 2?
Yeah, when you then you can just send me that old tube amp. I'll take care.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'll take one off your hands.
Listen, you morons. Every dentist needs a downstairs amp and an upstairs amp.
Of course.
I already have that. I just need a tube amp.
I do too.
So,
I'll tell you. You know what?
The real cost in that amplifier is the tubes.
Yeah.
The tubes,
the Western Electric 300Bs.
My tube amp is
the real cost.
$1,500 a pair. Yes.
My tube amp is rocking. That tube amp is fucking awesome.
Yeah. So Jim is also in queue, Rob, for those 300Bs, and but he's already ahead of me. But it takes about 2 years because it's hand built. There's no circuits or boards. Everything is hand wired.
So it's just a long waiting list to get into.
I don't.
But 300Bs is like the sweetest sound. You'll never forget the sound.
You're right, Delfina. That's a great book.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like Eddie Vedder's.
A friend of mine got a new mono cartridge, and his system is already like 1,000,000 times better. And I brought over like an old original Deep Groove Blue Note, and it like sounded. I felt so inadequate with my system because it sounded so incredible.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, okay, well, I guess there's something. I'm not changing my system I love my system, but when you hear like one of those insanely good cartridges, it's different.
But you're right, Felipe. That Deckware 300B is. I would do it, but I'm shit. It's almost 73. You have to wait 2-3 years for it.
Yeah,
I might not have hearing left in 3 years.
that's fair.
But yeah, it's a great amp.
I'm just gonna get my Marantz fixed for Christmas finally.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Be happy.
Okay.
I think
I don't know. Marantz are great sounding amps. I think
they're
they
good.
sound
I
fantastic.
think that the nice built amps in the 70s, like Marantz, the Sensuis are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I think was it 1900 Sensuis?
Yeah,
They're really good. Those
Sansui's, the Pioneer made great stuff in the 70s.
Yeah, some Pioneer, some Yamahas, you know, they're great.
All of the and the Macintoshes, all the solid state stuff from 1970 to 1980 were all based on tube amp sound. They were trying to give them a warmth that the tube amps had, and they did. Marantz and Macintosh and Sansui did really well at getting that sound.
interesting.
Hey guys, I'm gonna take off. I want to listen to a record.
Okay, buddy.
But one thing that I don't know if you guys remember that my ex and I owned a high-end audio store for a number of years. So we used to have high-end audio equipment in the house all the time. So, and my father was an audiophile too. So I kind of grew up with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Don't break the glasses, Felipe.
Yeah, no breaking the glasses.
Nicole, what was did your family have a favorite of like the Japanese solid state amps of the 70s? Was there one they liked more than others?
Actually, the Harman Kardon 430 receiver is really good.
That is really
good.
It's
a dual powered receiver. So it has 2 power supplies.
You can still get Harman Kardon fairly cheap.
I used to be able to get those things for like $125. Now they're like around $350. But even that, $350 for a.
That's cheap now, considering Marantz's are getting $1,200 to $1,600
and higher even for some of them. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that I think the middle range, from my personal experience, right around 50 watts is where they totally nail it. But I guess because I had a 75 Marantz, it didn't sound as good. But apparently, you really need to rock those hard for them to sound good, because it makes sense. It's kind of like guitar amplifiers. If you get a ton of watts, they don't sound good quiet. They need you need to play them loud. So for my money, like the Marantz in the 36 to 60 range watts are like where they nail it.
Did you watch the videos that from Steve Herb Reichert and Steve Guttenberg? That's today. It was also posted.
Yeah, I know that one. Yes.
That Stereo 70, the Dynaco Stereo 70, will always be a classic.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And I think, Brandon, from what you're saying, I think that's the greatest thing about the pass labs. You know what the pass labs is called? First watch, the amplifier.
Yeah.
Because if the first watch is not good, no matter how many watts you have afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the reason why the low-powered amplifiers really have much more.
Yes, exactly.
Well, what is it called? The Nelson Pass does those. What do you call them? Those fits or whatever you call them.
First pass. Yeah.
Yeah. First watt.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are. That's the whole same philosophy as Deckware.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also. I mean, basically, amplifiers have a certain amount of wattage, and they have a sweet spot in that amount of wattage where they sound really good. And if you have 100-watt amp, but you're never if you're trying to play it quiet all the time, it's not going to get to where it sounds really good. It'll probably sound great, but it wants to be loud with that much power.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got these monster amps sitting in my house. I have an old Audio Research D79. That sucker is,
It's a monster, yeah.
it's a monster, literally. It's just, my
It's
son
pretty-
and it took my son and 2 other people to pick it up and move it. So
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And also depends on how you pair, right? Brand. So for example, my amp is like 32 watts, my tube amp, but I have like the speakers like 98 dB.
Right.
yeah.
I never went past the 9 o'clock position on my volume dial. Never.
No.
No, speaker
It's
efficiency
already very loud.
is the same. I mean, there are things, and if you had to, like, if you really liked the way a certain amp sounded and it was like 200 watts, you can get an attenuator and then basically get that amp to its sweeter spot, but then you're able to take the volume down. An attenuator, so you can do that. It's the same with guitar amps.
Makes sense.
They have the same. Tube guitar amps are very similar. They want to be a certain volume. That's usually loud.
Makes sense.
So then you're just, and then the speaker efficiency has a lot to do with how loud they are too. So, but 32 watts for a tube amp is more than enough. That's plenty loud.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yes, it's like this is for the L34. Those 300B tubes, which is like the sweetest ones, they're like 12 watts.
Yeah, at the most. At the most.
Yes, 300Bs are between 8 and 12, and those things are unbelievable.
And those are going to work with. That's going to work with your speakers that you have, Felipe.
Oh yeah, no problem.
So I got into. So Ken is posted some images today on Facebook. He is reviewing an Airtight. It's a Japanese amp. It's called the Airtight. Those go for about $10,000 starting price. But I mean, it's just a friend of mine in Brazil has the 300Bs of the Airtights. He's reviewing the EL34s. I can't even explain how those things sound. And my friend was playing 300Bs at 12 watts in a pair of bookshelf speakers at home with the digital source, and they sounded unbelievable. That's all you need. If like in a small space, which most people don't have like a bar to play music, they have like a living room or something. So even like a 9 dB speaker, you're gonna be fine. In the 80s, it's kind of tricky, but if you're in the 90s, I think you're fine with most speakers.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny. So many speakers that became famous are massive. You guys all probably remember the Sirwin Vega craze.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Where it was just like you wanted, and it was for cranky music, literally. Like it was like, oh, we're gonna have a party, and we want everyone in the neighborhood to know we're having a party. Yeah, and they're great sounding amps, but they need to be driven. You have to drive them with a lot of power.
Yeah,
they're made for playing Rush, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think it's any system is all a matter of synergy. I mean, I built my system around my speakers, and I got the tube amp to pair those, like tubes and horns. You can't go wrong with that. That works.
Right.
Yeah. I went through a lot of speakers before I got to the Bowers and Wilkins, and those are my favorite. I like for my system.
Did you see, Felipe, that they're working on some sort of horn system on a Deckware speaker?
Yes, I read about it. Yes.
Yeah, I saw it, a video where they were showing it outdoors playing just a couple days ago. So
because I think So Deckware, I think, is the closest you can get in America to a Japanese system, all hand wired.
Right.
Not circuit based. I think that's the closest, and I think it's a good deal. I mean, to get
actually, it's a very reasonably priced for an amplifier.
For 300B for like $4,500 is like a really good deal for 300B.
Because that 300B, that audio note, the what do you call it, Tone Master or something like that. That damn thing's like $20,000 just
Yes.
you know.
Yeah, that's the price of the Japanese, the AirTag. That's how it goes.
No, this is the UK, not the
yeah
Japanese.
I've sort of thought about building a kit for just the power amp, for a tube power amp.
Yeah.
Just because my Macintosh can act as a preamp, and then all the controls are on it, and you just it would just be the first, and then it had all the phono amplification taken care of, and then you would just have basically tubes to drive the sound.
The power section. Yeah.
Brandon, there's a place, website called Get Dynaco.
Yeah, those are.
And he builds custom Dynaco, stereo 70s. But the one intriguing one is the 130. What is it? Is it the 135 or the 35s? I can't remember. But those are very intriguing amplifier to me.
And it's cool. And he puts them in a cage like an old Dynaco, right?
Right.
In the metal cage. They look great. They're gorgeous. I've seen those amps. I mean, I've seen original Dynacos a lot too, but I've seen his like redos, and they're really cool.
Yeah, because I thought, it's a nice bedroom system to be in the Dynaco.
Yeah, just like a 15-watt tube amp would be fine.
Stereo 35, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Here's see if I get a better picture of it. Cool. Oh yeah, here it is. See if you can see it.
Yeah. There's the transformers and the tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that stuff when it's exposed too. I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
Especially if you stick your finger in the middle of it.
You have to, because it gets very hot.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a Class A. Class AB tubes is still okay. I don't mind it, but the Class A, pure Class A, single band, yeah, that stuff gets really hot.
Yeah, for sure.
The only tubes I got some old ham radios.
Yeah. So how have you been working on them, Chris?
I hadn't messed with them in probably 4 or 5 years. My license actually expired. I could renew it, but when my stepdad passed away, I went and got all his stuff, all his ham stuff. That's because he's the one that got me into it. And I was super excited and all that to set it all up. But then I realized the only person I ever talked to really on it was him. So I didn't really, it was kind of a bummer to have that realization that, the one person you want to talk to on your ham radio, you're never going to talk to again. So I haven't really fucked with it since then. I'm probably going to sell most of the gear I have and maybe keep a couple of pieces just to have, but I don't know. But yeah, I've got an old Japanese Yaesu that's tube based from 72 or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big old beast, man. I think it weighs like 45 pounds. It's a pain in the ass to use too. Because when you're using tubes for ham radio, you're transmitting, right? It's not like you're just using, it's the opposite of a receiver. You're transmitting a signal through the tube, and you have to tune it to the frequency you're trying to broadcast that, and it's really hard to get it right. And if you don't do it right, you'll get half a watt of output instead of 150 or whatever. So your signal doesn't go very far.
Maybe hi Nicole, as of 8 sent a long message.
My phone likes to talk to me.
We'll see that.
It's mostly political shit comes, I get bombarded with
God, dude, I'm so sick of the fucking political
I picked this up. I got a couple things. I picked up a nice cheap copy of Agartha, but because the cover
Miles Davis.
The cover's a little jacked, but the vinyl was really nice, and it ended up being, I think it was like 18 or something like that, which is pretty nice for a double record.
Yeah.
So I picked that up, and
do you like it?
This was a friend of mine gave this to me. Do you know this This
Is
is
this
this is
the
the
complete
live
one?
at
Yeah.
Subo's, like with the extra 2 records.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the complete one.
Yeah, I got that a couple months ago.
That's really good. Sounds great.
Yep.
And you get triple the original record. The photo, they did a really nice job with the inners. Let me show it.
Yeah, Kraft did that. Our buddy Nick.
Yeah, I
worked
got
on
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's pretty
I
good, yeah.
bought it.
Very nice.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed because, some of the photography represses lately haven't been so good, and they did a really good job with this one, and it sounds fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so guys, I'm starting to fade. Boy, the days are getting longer. So 8:30 and it's completely dark here in the West Coast. So
Yeah, I'm it's kind of sad. It's getting dark so early.
I know.
It's my favorite time of year. I'm excited.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I don't like summer, like sun until like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, me either.
So you like?
Yeah,
are
he's
you
at
Chris,
11:30, almost
Christmas?
11:30.
Are you a Christmas fan? Do you like?
Oh yeah, Christmas is my favorite time of year. Also, it's hot as fuck here in the summer, dude. It fucking sucks.
So
It is-
that's
Oh, I forget. And it's probably hotter every year too.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, but I think I mentioned that before, but like Christmas, New Year.
Yeah,
Yeah, you said you don't care because it's
For us in Brazil, it's like
summer.
beach time. You just go to the beach.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
By the way, I know, yeah.
There's no
Well,
such
that's
thing.
This is a great. I was
the same,
saying
Brandon.
this.
That was the same way as when you lived in LA. That's the same thing. I remember when I was in college down there. It was Christmas Eve, and it was 90 degrees in Santa Monica. So
I remember plenty of Christmases growing up as a kid in SoCal where it was like 84.
yeah,
Like December 25th, it's 83, 84 degrees.
yeah.
Nice.
But there's a company here in the Bay Area that does here on 4th Street here in Berkeley. They do all the trees and Christmas lights and whatever. And today, I noticed that when I walked out through my lobby, Christmas tree Christmas tree light pros was out there getting ready for starting to put the lights up for Christmas already.
Are you fucking serious?
Seriously.
It's
My
September.
Because it's going to be a big job to do. So
My dad always put them up the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Yeah. Well, that's the way it used to be, but now it's
People put the Halloween decor here, like
right after Halloween. It starts you start seeing it.
Oh, Portland loves Halloween. There's Halloween stuff all over.
Oh, that's San Francisco too.
Yes,
Halloween is the national holiday in San Francisco.
Yes, indeed. Oh, I lived in the Castro for 13 years. So
yeah, I lived in
the Halloween
Pacific.
parties were pretty fun.
I lived in the lower Pacific Heights before I moved here to Berkeley.
Yeah. I lived right where Dolores Park was my front yard.
Yeah. Well, you know where Winterland was?
Yeah.
Postensteiner? That's where after they tore it down, that's where I lived in before I moved here.
Yeah. Trying to remember my Trish. Well, she was before we were going out, she lived over there. My wife.
Yeah.
Not Steiner, Poston, but pretty close.
Oh man.
Yeah, right. Japantown was right there, and
well, if you want to pick record of the week, Roberto, you probably should be a member, bro.
Yeah, Roberto, don't be cheap, okay?
Yeah. Don't be cheap.
Is it Roberto's birthday or Coltrane's birthday?
Coltrane's birthday.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. This month.
Oh,
this month.
That's cheaper than a Starbucks latte that you pick every morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, before I leave, I'm going to show you my favorite Coltrane record.
Okay, hurry up.
And we're all
my
leaving.
eyeballs fade.
Yeah.
Eyeballs.
I don't know. Ascension's pretty damn good too, but this is my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that one yet.
I think this is the one I play the most. Kind of got a cool inner insert. It's the band, you know.
Yeah.
It's Garrison, Jones, and Tyner.
Yeah.
It's his band, and it's an amazing record, and it's slightly, I guess it's, you know, it's slightly out there, but not really.
That's good.
I saw everybody but Coltrane. I saw McCoy Tyner, Elvin Jones, and Jimmy Garrison. But I saw everybody but. I saw,
Well, happy
in
birthday to your doggo.
1973, seeing McCoy Tyner.
Oh, cool.
Roberto, I already got an idea for the next record of the week. Let's talk about it tomorrow. I'll PM you.
Okay, that's my happy birthday, Coltrane.
Very cool, dude.
I'm
just waiting for a decent reissue of that to pop up, and then I'll buy it probably.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably pretty expensive now, isn't it?
I have no idea. I just buy lots of reissues. I don't know.
I mean, it's not as expensive as a Love Supreme, but it's probably pretty up there.
I just don't know why Chad didn't do that one. I wish Chad would have done that one instead of the what's the other one? The other Coltrane he did that's just okay.
Didn't he do Crescent?
The Crescent's great, yeah.
Yeah, Crescent is great. Did he do something else?
What is that, Prestige or Impulse that you're showing?
This is Impulse.
Oh, okay. That's why I didn't do that one. Yeah. That's right. No,
not
yeah,
Coltrane.
right.
The Prestige Coltrane is different.
Yeah, no, I think that Prestige Coltrane's okay.
Oh, I like it. It has Mel Waldron, but this is better.
Favorite.
This is better.
That's what I would assume.
No, this is 60. Like, I don't know. Let's see. I want to say it's like 63 or something.
There's a European reissue. Was it like a Doxy? Or did that? Oh man, that one. I'm trying to think. There's some Impulse titles that are getting reissued in Europe that are actually really nice.
Crescent is really good too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember the year of this. I thought it was like 62 or something, but probably later than that. I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
Adios, amigos. Hasta la bye-bye.
Hasta los bye-byes. I'm going to take off too.
Okay.
Thanks, you guys.
Absolutely.
See ya.
Bye. Well, Felipe, I think I am myself. I'm ready to go to bed.
Sorry, Chris, I'm here.
Are you? Okay.
Let's wrap it up.
Sure. Or we could talk for 3 more hours about something.
No.
Yeah, I'm tired.
I'm gonna crash too.
All right. Cool, man. Well, thanks everybody for watching. You all have a good weekend.
Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend.
We'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.